What's going on, everybody? Thank you, as always, for tuning in to P-Dub's Arcade Loft, where we always appreciate it when you hang out upstairs with us. I'm joined by several high-quality content creators. These guys are the bee's knees. These guys are the cat's pajamas.
Oh, high quality? I gotta leave then. I'm sorry.
Wrong stream, sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my good friend, 19K Fox, otherwise known as what, Michael B?
What? Robert
Arcade
Foxworth?
one-up hater? Oh, damn it. I gotta move again, honey.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Start packing. We don't even unpack the boxes anymore. We just
Did 19K Fox switch teams? We'll find out. We'll talk to Fox a little bit about his Rage video that went live today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very excited that Detroit Love is here, and he's back to making YouTube videos. He's been uploading like crazy.
What up?
Carl's
Wednesday
back.
night just got live, baby.
Wednesday night just got live. We got B Kong from Cogs R Us, who's the FBI is looking for him. We'll talk a little bit more about that. You put yourself on their radar, brother.
I know. I shouldn't have used the name. Thought about it, but I had to say it. It was out there.
We have, of course, Michael B, the Canadian Game Genie. How's the maple syrup flowing through your veins tonight, my friend?
Doing good. I'm rocking my Into the AM merch, which you guys will be seeing more about on my channel soon. Into the AM. Check them out.
Really, first it was Ridge Wallet, now it's Into the AM. Mike, you are becoming a shill slut.
I'm Garth from Wayne's World 1.
It's like people only do this for money. Is that what you're talking about?
And that's just sad.
Yeah, it's just sad.
Let's throw this whole thing off the rails because I want to talk about Beacon's haircut. I was watching his video earlier. He's so professional now. Look at him. So debonair.
I know.
Thank
Usually I'm used to seeing B's head here, but his hair ending like way over here, like the swoosh. The swoosh. And look at this. He got a haircut.
I did. I found an Armenian barber that was like, "You really want me to keep this little thing?" And it's like, "No, I want to blend it." I was like, "All right, do your thing," and tried to make it clean.
Now, this is going to be a pretty random impromptu stream. I don't do shows on Wednesdays. The guys over at the Weekly Retro Party had to take the night off, so I figured some of you out there might be looking for some arcade and gaming content to talk about on this Wednesday evening, so hopefully we can fill their shoes and give you guys some fun and good conversation. The theme of the show is going to be trick or treat. Which of these home arcade companies have given us tricks? Which of them have given us treats? Should be a fun discussion. But before we do that, let's talk about some stuff. So, for instance, Fox, what happened today, man? The rage was, I've never seen you make a video like that before. The thumbnail literally said you were done. You were done. What is going on? What happened to you today?
Packing up, shutting it all down, closing up everything. As far as my pre-order battle, the rage was real. If you watch the video, the rage is real. The frustration is just oozing out of every pore. I'm not playing this game anymore. And if you want to know all the details, go ahead and check out my video. But there was another hiccup with the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 pre-order situation. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for, Patrick. It should not happen.
So console fanboys here in the chat, and you guys need to team up because that was almost a rap. You were like, frustration coming out of my pore. I ain't gonna take this shit no more. 90K Foxes.
That was actually,
Arcade
working
One
on that.
Up's not in my machine. What a louse!
So
Louse?
let me
Yeah, that's what.
now, Fox. Although you and I are friends, we don't speak every single day.
No,
Or,
no matter how
you
hard
know,
I try, sometimes you ignore
Yeah.
me, right?
I mean, a lot of times calls go to voicemail.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Sad.
But I'm trying to wrap my head around this. So you pre-ordered from Target.
Oh my
and
god.
and your Target pre-order for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 got canceled.
Just rubbing salt in the wound, Patrick.
And I even told you after you told me you ordered it from there, it was going to happen. So you didn't listen to me, Fox, for starters.
No, I didn't.
And then you pre-ordered from Home Depot, and now Home Depot, correct me if I'm wrong, they're not even shipping the cabinets. They're waiting for Arcade 1-Up to ship it from their warehouse. Is that what you were saying?
Arcade 1-Up processed the order. So I don't have the ability. Home Depot does not have the ability to cancel the order.
Okay.
It's like in the queue. I also have the UPS app. So if anything happens, anything comes up with my name on it, my address, it pops up. It populates within the app.
Okay.
And it's there. The label's created. It's just not been received. So it's just like this limbo. So I got a slight discount, but I'm stuck.
How big of a discount did they give you? $100?
Done. 159. So it was a decent little discount. But as far as when I'm getting the damn thing, as of right now, I have zero confirmation on. I don't know a damn thing.
Okay.
So,
Well,
not happy.
Well, hey man, that sucks. This whole Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has been a really weird thing. They were like, get it now, you're not gonna, or you'll never get it. And they seem
They weren't lying.
Other people are telling me, Fox, that they're able to order this like off from Best Buy and other places, and they're getting the cabinets right away. Is that true?
Yeah.
You guys let me know.
Well, look at check out all the Facebook posts, all the groups, everybody. I mean, there's a ton of people that have these cabinets. So, yeah, people are getting them. Some are not. I am one of the some.
So there's this very talented YouTuber who does these talking head videos from time to time, who made this video about Arcade 1-Up using a marketing tactic called artificial scarcity. I don't know if you've seen it or anything.
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah,
Who was
he a popular YouTuber? I'm not sure.
No, actually a lot of people dislike him. It's crazy.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
I heard he's trying to lose subs too. It's amazing.
That's true. I don't want to
It's
get
weird,
it.
right? It's like the opposite
Yes.
of what you should be doing. It's weird. It's really weird.
Well, Fox, the old adage with Arcade 1-Up over the last 4 years has been never pre-order. That's what a lot of people say, and it could be true. Could be true for most of their releases. So
It's sad. It's a damn shame.
But now, B, who did you order yours from? Because you got yours.
Yeah, my original was a Best Buy order, and I then last Thursday I ordered it from Walmart because I saw it, and I got it on Monday. So like 5 days later, it was just a random Walmart order, and they fulfilled it very fast. So Walmart delivers.
Walmart. Is there any way you can cancel your Home Depot and go to Walmart, Fox?
Can't do it.
I saw somebody on Facebook that got a full refund from Home Depot though.
That was covered in the video,
Yeah,
and I'm
was it?
not sure
Okay.
what the status of theirs was, but I've been checking my UPS app. I've been going back and forth, and as of currently, right now, it is loading, not going anywhere. It's been rescheduled, but it has not shipped. The current status, for those of you who don't know what my problem is, shipper created a label. UPS has not received the package yet. So I'm just trying to keep the gun out of my mouth right now. It's so sad.
Well, how excited were you? Are you a big MVC2 fan? Like, I have no nostalgia for MVC2.
Oh man, I sold my Marvel vs. Capcom 1 cabinet in preparation for this. Once I found out the games list and that was all confirmed, I sold it because I knew that the market was going to tank once this thing came out. So it used to sit over my shoulder right here. iiRcade Gold's in its place, but no, I was committed. I was all in, ready to go. And I've even got material for my first mod for the cabinet when it gets here eventually. But I don't know. It's they actually just rescheduled it for not tomorrow, but Tuesday, October 18th, but still has not shipped yet. So no idea. That's why I drink, kids. That's why
Is it true? Because I haven't really been following this cabinet.
Hold on for a second. No, Michael's not going to talk about all this beeping that's going on.
What is that beeping?
I think that's Beacon.
It is 100% me. I'm in a fantasy basketball draft right now. I'm sorry. It's not D-Love. It's not D-Love.
All
It's
right,
not
carry
D
on
Love
there.
for a change. Yeah, as long
Carry
as there's
on.
no
He's like,
metal
"It's
cup,
not
no
me."
metal cup.
It's
And
the
Mike
FBI. I'm sorry. They're on
That's
to
the
me.
FBI
They're
tapping the
detracting.
Oh, we're gonna talk about the FBI in a minute.
Oh, Bekong, by the way, for your fantasy basketball draft, pick Judd Bushler. He's a lock. I don't even know if he still plays, but he's going to get you points. Judd
Yes.
Bushler for the
A
win.
real
Gotta
person?
look for him.
Oh, it sure is.
Just to stay on Fox
Oh.
for a second, I really was hoping Fox would have gotten it at the same time because I
Oh,
was
buddy.
doing my live build yesterday. That'd be so
Yeah.
fun.
We talked about
to
it, right?
compete
Like,
against you. How fast have you ever built one of your cabs?
oh man, see well, it's when I'm timing myself.
Mhm.
You know, it's I think I've got it down to 41 minutes. I think total. Yeah,
It's not bad. It's
Yeah.
not bad.
yeah.
No,
With
is
the new cabs,
is that
though, I don't know.
unpacking the box and
Yeah.
and position it first, or is that
Box to nuts.
I'm not going to comment on the shape of the cabinet when I was done. Thank you. The mistakes were made, but it was technically completely assembled.
It just didn't look like how it was.
But
supposed
it
to.
was a mad dash. It was now that was Gen 3. So I had done a lot of those. So it was just like muscle memory. I was slapping those together. These new ones might take me a
No
few minutes.
instructions and no shoes. Let's go.
One shoe.
Hey,
Socks
hey
only.
guys, I need to give a shout out here real quick. Look who's in the live chat. Office
The Office Arcade.
Hey,
Office
oh,
Arcade.
man.
We love Office Arcade. Great
Yeah.
comment here, by the way. Great feedback. Excuse me. Too much Jim Beam in my Coke. Oh my
It
goodness.
happens.
What I got to tell you about Office Arcade is I think he's got a good point here. Is it possible that Arcade 1-Up got the exclusive on Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but only for like a year or two or something like that, and we'll end up seeing it on consoles down the road? I mean, would Capcom just only release it to a company to make 3,000 units or something like that? It just seems weird. Like my guessing, I have no insider knowledge. My guess is this thing will eventually come back out on consoles after whatever exclusivity Arcade 1-Up might possibly. Keep in mind,
Right.
This is all my speculation. But do you guys have any inside info for me? Do you guys know anything?
I don't know anything. We're not in a group chat with secret information and secrets anymore. So I don't have any information like that. But I was under the impression that Arcade 1-Up had done this licensing thing. There's no guarantee that Capcom and Capcom and Marvel are back together, just that Arcade 1-Up managed to pull together for their purposes. So there's no guarantee that there will be a release of this after the fact. This is purely a licensing deal between Arcade 1-Up and the two separate companies, not the two separate companies working with Arcade 1-Up combined.
The only other thing that we have good reason to speculate is that there would be different versions of this cabinet, maybe in an XL Pro or a Countercade or anything. Like now that Arcade 1-Up has it, that could be the next version. Or even, this is something that we did speculate. I did talk to John about, what if in the future Arcade 1-Up made a mini console virtualized version of the PCB with a controller or something, right? And then that can be a version that people could get. So
I know that we've seen licensing agreements specific to coin-operated / non-coin-operated arcade cabinets. It's very specific to the actual form factor of the device that's playing the game. I think these contracts are that specific. Is it possible that we could have something else on a console? I think we would, but it would be 16:9, similar to what we got on the PS3. That's my assumption. But that would be a separate deal.
Interesting. But also, guys, check out Office Arcade. He does a lot of shorts, like YouTube shorts, and they're fantastic. Plus, he's got a TikTok channel that's booming. I think he's got like 10,000 subscribers on
Oh,
TikTok.
sweet.
And he's putting out some killer TikTok videos. Not as good as Detroit Loves TikTok videos, but
Well,
I mean,
Let's
what
not be
is
crazy?
like,
Nothing.
nobody.
Is.
And you know what? Speaking of Detroit Love, guys, I got to put something on the screen here. I am so happy that Detroit Love is back in the basement, pumping out YouTube content, guys. Make sure you check out Detroit Love on YouTube. He's been pumping Arcade 1-Up NFL Blitz videos, and you seem to be a big fan of this cabinet. What can you tell me about this cabinet, Carl? What's your experience been? Mine is still in the box.
Yeah, I saw
It's
yours
good
in
to
the
see
garage
people off,
there
and it makes me laugh.
in one of your pictures. I mean, I really like it. This was not on my radar because I never really played NFL Blitz, so there's not nothing that I have FOMO for. I didn't pre-order it. I didn't really care about it. You guys were talking all negative stuff about it, so definitely was no motivation for me to go buy it. You didn't even open yours up, P-Dub. So I didn't have any raving reviews.
Wait. I've done. This is what I told people. I've done like 4 effing videos on that cabinet saying, here's the pros, here's the cons, here's 5 reasons to buy it, here's 5 reasons not to buy it.
When you do those videos, I only listen to the 5 reasons not to buy it.
And I got people riding my jock saying, when are you going to film a review? I'm like, I've already said everything I would say in a review. Like, how many videos do I need to make on this effing cabinet?
Listen, man, it was made clear you're not allowed to talk about a product until you own it and you have it in front of you. That's the only time you can
We discussed this.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So just like when they release a movie trailer,
you got to watch the whole movie, own it. You got to go at the lunch with one of the actors.
You can't have a movie trailer.
Not on digital. It's got to be the Blu-ray Steelbook.
What about when a new car is
trying to sneak one in? He's like, I own it, so I can talk about it.
What about when a new car is announced? You can't give an opinion on it until you actually drive it. You got to get behind the wheel.
You got to get behind the wheel. 20,000 kilometers.
Wait a minute.
Oil change. Got to be.
What about the 10? I'm sorry. What about the 1 million modern gaming channels that are out there? The minute they get a little clip of a video game coming out and they make 100 videos about that video game that they've never played, they shouldn't be doing that either.
That's illegal. No, yeah. Can't happen.
Yeah.
Can't happen. No. B knows about it. He knows.
You know what this means? You know what this means? There's 37 million YouTube channels and 35 million people have been doing this all wrong.
All wrong.
All wrong.
The lawsuits, the tax revenue, it's insane.
But Carl, I want your opinion, because people who follow my channel who are watching now, they've heard my opinion 10 times over on this cabinet. What do you think of NFL Blitz? What do you like? What do you don't like?
Well,
let us know in the live chat.
I think it very well could have been their best cabinet ever made had they, made some small adjustments. I mean, the side panels, I've heard you guys talk about that, and it's so true. It's just senseless for those things for it to look that way. The marquee, all that stuff, it just looks like it faded on purpose, but why? I don't really get it. It would have been a very beautiful cabinet had they put, high definition pictures on the marquee and the sides. So I think that's just a miss for no reason. But I love the coin doors. I mean, the original Blitz only had 1 coin door, double coin door, but they got 2 on there. And they look really nice. I mean, compared to my real door, it's almost identical. Of course, they didn't put the LEDs in the back, which would have made them perfect for full coin doors. But aside from that, and of course, we could have done without a riser. It should have been a Pro. But as far as gameplay, now again, I don't know anything about late hits because I never played it. If I ever played a Blitz, it's because somebody left some credits in at the arcade and I walked up to the cabinet. Because, so that's the only way I would have played it. But I don't recall if I did. But I always watch other people play, and I always enjoyed it. Just like NBA Jam, right? You walk in the arcade, you can't miss it, right? There's a lot of excitement around the cabinet. So I'm well aware of the game. I just didn't have much gameplay. But I put it together, been playing it for the last day, and I absolutely love it. I think a couple of my friends been over, and we all played it. And I think there's no way it won't be the most played cabinet in my arcade very soon.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Can I just make a comparison? I think a lot of people are forgetting this, and everybody was making the comment like it's not the same game I remember, it's not the same ROM, all that stuff. That's fair. That's completely valid. That's their point. If they don't like it, that it's changed, they don't like it. That's fair. But here's the thing. It's like when somebody goes to see a remake of a movie. You got 2 people that go. You got one person that was a huge fan of the original movie and is going to pick the remake apart. You got the other person who's never seen the remake at all, doesn't give a shit. It's going to watch the movie and be like, hey, that was pretty good. The other guy's like, oh my God, the guy didn't go to the store at 20 minutes like in the original movie. Like, it's a piece of shit. So I think that's a lot of what you're dealing with. Like, I'm not going to get this cab. I don't have a lot of interest in it, but when I played it with you guys, I had a lot of fun. but I have no experience about Blitz. So I can't take that critical view that anybody who's a big fan and knows it inside and out can. I just can say, hey, it was fun playing with you guys. And I'm sure for Carl, it's the same thing. He's just having a good time with something that he's not as critical as someone who's a huge fan of would be.
Yeah, Carl loves playing with himself. I mean, it looked like he was having a great time.
Oh man, hitting every position, baby.
So many hands. It's amazing.
Zero Hero reminded us NFL Blitz, it's already gone on sale. It was on Amazon this week. It was marked down. It's no longer marked down. What was it marked down to? Like $50 or something like that?
It was like $60 off, yeah.
$60 off.
Which is huge.
And like I said in the last video where I told people not to buy this cabinet yet, I said it's going to be marked down on super sale very soon, and it's already started. I expect more markdowns on this cabinet by the time the Christmas shopping really heats up. So.
Yeah, if you look at the production runs, I don't know if it's as lopsided as Simpsons was, going down to $199, but I would anticipate that you'll get a similar output of this compared to the 3/4 NBA Jam. So you remember how that was going on sale for $299, $399 some places. Just wait it out and you can get it for that. If you're not happy about the current product, you can wait for the update to come out and get it at a price that you feel much more comfortable at.
No, and I did want to make one comment. I purchased it from Sam's Club, which I go to Sam's Club every week. And the craziest thing is, there's no way, especially with football season in full swing, if they had it on the floor, no way it stays there long, right? But they didn't even have them on the floor. I would have not known it was there unless I went online and searched for it. So I think that's just really weird that they decided not to even put the cabinet on the floor, because I see all the other cabinets on the floor, the AtGames things and even some arcade went up in the past, but this was not on the floor. So I'm just really surprised at that, because even at the full price, especially in Michigan, like we've never really experienced all those fire sales that you guys experience around the country. Our stuff sells at top price. Is very tough to get things at a lower price. So that I was really surprised that it wasn't on the floor for people to see and purchase.
Yeah. No, Carl, I think you got a good point. It's kind of weird too, the way Walmart especially has been stocking arcade 1-ups across the country. You used to find them in almost every Walmart, and like even out here in Arizona, which is a heavily populated city, a lot of the Walmarts have either eliminated or completely shrunk down their arcade 1-up sections in their stores. So, for instance, all the Walmarts that are within 30 minutes of me used to have 8 or 9 arcade 1-ups at all times. Now, two of them have completely closed the section, and they just have them sitting on like an end cap on the aisle. And whenever I talk to the electronics people, they say the same thing. We're not going to be carrying them anymore once these other last few remaining ones get out of here. And then a couple of the stores that I've seen, like up in the Tempe area and stuff of Arizona, they might have shrunk it down to where they can only fit like 2 caps at a time, and they might have like 3 or 4 more in the back. But it's interesting too how it's not consistent across the country. Fox, how is it by you? Like, can you just walk into any Best Buy, Walmart, and there's a bunch of cabinets there?
So it's sort of interesting. So I live in a tri-state area. So Cincinnati is like Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, the tri-state.
That's Robert Foxworth in the tri-state area.
Oh my God. Once again, honey, just put it all back in the box. And it used to be the Indiana Walmarts would carry a little bit more than the Kentucky Walmarts, and then Ohio is kind of a mixed bag. The Walmart nearest me that had the most inventory previously is down to all Mortal Kombat cabs with no risers and 1 Pac-Man with no riser, and it's all $199. I think they're going to move everything and just be done. The Best Buy that's local in my area is down to 1 cabinet. It's the new Pac-Mania cabinet, but all the rest of their inventory is just slips of paper. And then you now, whether they have it in the back or they have to order, I'm not exactly sure. I think that's what they have in stock, but it's not much. It's maybe 6 different cabinets. But what's funny about Walmart though is you never see the bangers, right? The big names on the shelf. It's always the standard stuff, the very basic stuff. Pac-Man and Mortal Kombat.
Pac-Man.
That's it. It's all that. Maybe even Miss Pac-Man sometimes, but it's never. I've never seen a T2. So it's that's my experience in my area.
Ezekiel, the Chicago Ranger, gave us a $5 super chat. Said, "Hey guys, today he received his email from Best Buy for MVC2. Should be here tomorrow.
Awesome.
He made his order on the original release date. So
Awesome.
Fox, you should have just stayed away from Target. I guess you should have stayed away.
I think it's a learning experience for me, and also because I'm convinced I'm not the only guy going through this. Maybe I am the only guy going through this with these two specific retailers, but it's a problem. It's affecting a lot of people. I think those that maybe jumped on that because I was part of that original Target leaked release or whatever. You know, the first one out the gate. So I jumped on that. That fell through for me. I think some people actually ended up with that cabinet. I'm not sure what the percentage was. I don't know. They got to get their arms around this. They got to fix this because this is a little bit ridiculous. It's either there or it's not. You know.
I would actually be doubly mad about the Target situation because they have since that initial screw up when they put it up early have put out additional pre-orders. And are those people getting canceled too, or were those people validated with further pre-orders? Like that's the crap thing about this. It's not like, you know, oh, there we go, more drinks. Whoa!
Did you hear the bottle pop? That was great. All right. But this is an important note from the Garage Gamer. Does that mean our home arcade hobby is dying? No, absolutely not. These companies are all growing. AtGames is growing. iiRcade is growing. Arcade 1UP is still growing. It just means that they're really moving more towards online versus in-store sales. At least their retail partners are doing that because let's be honest, these cabinets take up a crap load of space in store.
That's
and
legit,
store.
Yeah.
And do you know what all these Walmart stores in my area have done with the former Arcade 1UP section, where stuff would sit there for months at a time and not move? They've now all replaced it with like what are those Neko action figures and things like that, like all kinds of collectibles and toys,
impulse buys. Yeah,
they're all now in the electronics section. They've put all
I've seen that too. Yeah,
you know, there, and that's what's replaced. And you know why? Because that stuff moves, man. That stuff flies off the shelves. Every time I go into Walmart by my house, all the toys are gone and they got new toys up. You know, people buy that stuff like crazy.
Are you saying nostalgia sells?
Yeah, nostalgia sells. Yeah, absolutely.
Nostalgia sells too. His soul
himself.
Yeah,
I think for anybody who's taking a look at these companies, whether it be Arcade 1UP or iiRcade here in Canada, maybe not being retailers anymore with retailers, if that ever happens, or even AtGames not being in certain retailers physically, it's not an indictment against those companies. It's more so just the way the business works. They have large boxes, and like what makes these stores money is their real estate, and they want to put as much merchandise on the shelves as they can. These are all not impulse items that you're just going to walk by in store and be like, oh, honey, $1,000 arcade cabinet. I'll just buy that now.
Just throw it in the cart.
So obviously this makes more sense to be an online purchase, and that's a better vehicle for them to move these products. And it just took them 4 years to figure that out.
What are you showing us here, B?
I saw Kevgrade in the comments saying that it's available at Best Buy. So Fox, if you can cancel it, you can get it by next week.
There you go.
I saw this today. I'm adamant at this point. I'm freaking still pissed off. It's good. Listen, it's going to happen organically. I'm not going through this crap. I'm not. Sony pissed. I'm one of the biggest Sony fanboys there. I'm looking right now at 6 PSPs. I got a PS Vita. Still got my PS1 with the LCD monitor. 2 PS2s. I'm Sony, fanboy. When the PS5 stuff happened, I was like, you know what? I'm done with this crap. I've got PS3s, and I remember all that stuff from back in the day. I'm not doing this. If it's on the shelf, I will buy it when I walk into a store. But I'm not going to kill myself. If you want us as the consumer to have your product, you will make it available, whether it's just online retailers, in the store, whatever. But no one should have to go through this kind of hassle to spend $600. It just shouldn't happen. So I'm indignant at this point. I can't be reasoned with B. I'm gone.
He's indignant, people. He's soiled himself.
Twice today.
You guys,
I'm in the same boat with you on that box. I definitely felt the same way about a PlayStation 5. Definitely wanted to get it. It just doesn't make sense to jump through all those hoops to try and get it. No, I know people like, hey, I can get it for you, and I won't mark it up for you. But I'm like, if I got to go through all that, if it's got to be like a drug deal on the side, to get it, I'm just not interested.
Yeah, but
you know.
see, the problem, the difference there is the PS5 was actually really, really, really hard to come by. Like
Mhm.
all technology was at the time when that first came out,
Sure.
and still in a lot of senses are. There's some question with the Marvel versus Capcom issue, and I'm not pumping or pimping out my own video, whether or not this
Sounds
is
like
actually
it.
purely
Which
Which
Shipping.
video is
shipping,
that, by the way?
Go watch
Which
that
video,
video.
Michael?
whether or not
And what-
this is purely
Check 'em out.
shipping or somewhat
what's
of a
your-
marketing strategy, right?
What's your URL, Michael?
I'm not doing that. I'm saying honestly, there's some question here whether or not this was a
I think-
strategic move by
Yeah.
Arcade One Up.
Listen, I think this is you're not trying to attribute bad motives to Arcade
I
One Up. I
think-
think this is a legitimate question. I think it seriously is.
I don't understand how MVC2 is. It's the hottest cabinet of the year. Make sure you wake up at 6 a.m, log into the computer, get your pre-order in, or you're never gonna get it. And it's available everywhere. Like, I don't get it. And I have no interest in this cabinet, but I just find it funny that I could go to Best Buy right now and buy it.
Mhm.
But supposedly it
It's-
was going to be so hard to get.
I mean, that's one point, right? And then it speaks to the disorganization of the company, right? I mean, if you've put it out on all these different platforms, these websites, these retailers, and then now there's some sort of, as far as the retailer is concerned, and the only reason I give a lot of credence to Home Depot is because of the discount they gave me, and maybe I'm putting too much stock in that, but they are putting their best foot forward and saying, listen, we'll discount the price to you because we know this is an issue. But they're pointing the finger right back at Arcade One Up, saying that they had something in stock, and then they've created the label, and they haven't shipped it.
I don't know why Arcade One Up just doesn't send PCBs to Home Depot. I mean, everything else you need is there. You can just build the cabinet yourself.
And I would. I absolutely would.
It'll be in the Loctite section.
Oh,
Oh, excuse me.
you speak in my
Pika,
language, B.
Pika says he can't find it on the Best Buy website. Maybe you could give us a link, B, and throw it in the chat.
Yeah,
check it out.
definitely.
Excuse me. Sorry,
have to look at all the places
the
I
Jim
can buy
Beam
it.
is really hitting me tonight.
Yes,
Okay,
sir, it is.
Rhea's here. Oh, look at her.
Delicious.
Rhea's like the princess of positivity.
Rhea is
That's what I'm gonna
absolutely
call her.
awesome.
She's a
Yes.
pop star, POP, princess of pop positivity. She's adorable. Look at her. Make sure you guys
She's
give us a thumbs up. All right, let's start getting a little bit more into the meat of some stuff here. Because
I just dropped it into the private chat in case you want to share it out.
all right, I will copy it and share it because it.
No, be clear. When you say private chat, you mean the chat inside StreamYard, not some
Yeah.
elusive private chat that we need to be
He
careful
signs the
of.
disclosure. Come on, we're fine.
This is the private
Damn
chat
it.
symbol for me and P-Dubs.
Put that down. Put that away.
5 digits.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
Not
Get away.
fingers.
Get away. Get away.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's still available.
Wait.
and if I-
Wait. Hold on. I'm getting a little jealous here. I'm the one that
Fine.
gave her the compliment, and she thanked Mitchell. What the heck? What
Mitchell's
did Mitchell
a great guy. Whoever
What is
Mitchell,
Mitchell-
is, you're awesome.
What has Mitchell done for you lately?
Mitchell's my
Yeah,
seriously.
subscribe to
so
Mitchell.
hard. What has Mitchell done for you?
Yeah,
Subscribe
seriously.
to Mitchell.
P-Dubs, you're like the Hulk, man. You're
Mitchell,
turning green.
The game. The
I'm
game's
green with envy. All right, let's talk about. So B put out the most clickbait video I've ever seen today, and I absolutely loved it. When I saw the title of the video, I knew exactly what he was doing. I'm like, that is such a clickbait, make you want to watch a video title. The FBI is preventing
That was a good title.
Arcade One Up. See, oh, and by the
That
way,
was a good title.
well, we got to mention this before people freak out about NFL Blitz. We all agree with you 100%. It's absolute BS that this cabinet's been out for a month in people's homes and the firmware update's still not out yet. It's absolute BS. Arcade One Up, get off your damn asses and release the firmware update and get us some online play and fix the
Mhm.
bugs in NFL Blitz. Thank you very much. All right, now that we got that out of the way, what is going on with the FBI thing, Cog? That was so funny when I saw your video pop up in my my YouTube feed.
Yeah, the FBI. Yeah, it was just an observation I made at midnight last night. Like,
So this
looking-
hasn't been confirmed by any official source. This is all. This was you
it's
speculating.
speculation by observation, and there's been some other people in the coding community, the Code Always Wins, that says yes, that could be the issue. But all the telltale signs say that they are actually different.
Two
ROMs.
different
The
ROMs.
only way you
Jesus.
can tell is that one splash screen. And so I was just like I was putting in our Discord chat for Marvel versus Capcom because somebody was asking about another speculation that Console Kids had, and then I was like, he was looking at the what he was prompting me to do that, he looked at the website address because it says like JP, like Capcom.us or something. He's like, oh, are they different ROMs? I'm like, oh, that's an interesting thought. And then I just watched the attract modes and recorded it. And that's when I first saw it last night and was like, huh. And then I did all the research about what the heck that actual symbol, like, I don't think I've ever researched and paid attention to it. So they marketed the heck out of that campaign in the 90s. And I feel like it subliminally worked because, yes.
Right, so let's find it right here. Two machines going at the same time.
Same time.
And
what
this
did
is
you notice?
right
there.
there.
It is, right there.
So
Boom.
because one machine has this extra screen versus the other one, your guess is this is what's causing the desyncing issue, and it's all the FBI's fault.
So, can I just talk for a second? I wanted to tell you that this subliminal messaging actually really did work because growing up, I always felt like a loser when I did drugs. And growing up, I felt like a loser a lot.
You do know, B, by tagging the FBI in a YouTube video,
Yeah,
you
probably
do
not a good
realize
idea.
that they are watching you right now.
I'm pretty sure that could all be true, but I learned more today about this campaign than I did in the entire in its entire run. It just lasted for 11 years in the, my prime of arcades, which was the 90s. I saw this a lot.
Yeah.
And didn't give two shits about it. So even when I was playing She-Line Gaming the other night, this was on the screen and we didn't just look for it. You just gloss over it until you're doing a side by side and you can kind of see it. So yes, there are different versions of the screen that have come out before. So there's an attribution to William S. Sessions, the director. The FBI used to have his name there, and then it's changed to director. So there's been different versions of that screen over the years. But the one on the Arcade 1UP one is just the winners don't use drugs. And I got a lot of funny comments that were like, ahaha, I actually do know some winners. So you know what, Michael? You can still turn your life around. I think you've won in a little couple of things.
No, I
don't believe what everything they say.
I picked
your
a
arcade machines.
I picked a hell of a day to stop sniffing glue.
All right, let's start. I really want to talk about Trick or Treat because I think it's a fun discussion. It's talking about basically what have they done that's been really good. What have they done that hasn't been so good? So let's start with the smaller companies because that'll take not as long to go through. So when it comes to, let's just pick iiRcade because they're the smallest, right?
We'll start with Well Played first.
No, we'll talk about active companies. We'll talk about active companies.
You don't know they're not active.
They're oh my god, they're deader than
define active.
No, they're still an active company because they're a toy company outside of their arcade products. So they're still an active company technically.
Thanks, Michael B, for that clarity.
Come on, Mike. Let's get off of that. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's start with the two really small ones. So Numbskull Quarter Arcades. Have they given us tricks or treats this year? And this one should be pretty obvious for everybody.
I would say treats because all their products look so good. Everything they didn't, do the plastic thing. They stuck with the wood. The only trick really is there's been delays with them actually coming out to customers.
Okay. So they haven't released anything all year, Mike. Not as the product has come out.
Yeah.
All right. So in my opinion, Numbskull's given us nothing but tricks this year. They went through a whole debacle where they came out and said, you know what, guys, we can't make our cabinets out of wood anymore. We're thinking about going plastic. What do you think? And their entire fan base uproared and said, no, we want wooden mini arcades. And they're like, okay, we'll put wood on them, but we'll get back to you. And then, boom, done. That's it. Haven't heard from them. Numbskull, in my opinion, is nothing but tricks this year. They haven't given us any treats. Have you got something to play with in your house from Numbskull this year? I haven't. So that's my opinion. Anyone else disagree with me on the panel? Let me know.
I've never purchased anything from them. So
yeah, I can't get Alien vs. Predator in anything. Incredibly sad.
Okay. Well, let's talk about New Wave Toys. New Wave Toys has delivered some products this year. We got our Cubert cabinets, and the Missile Command cabinets are about to ship, I believe, in the next week or two. Has New Wave Toys given us the tricks or the treats? Let us know in the live chat. What do you guys think? Or are you guys unhappy with what came out this year? Didn't they have another one come out earlier this year besides Cubert, or was it just Cubert?
They had the boom
This
box.
is such a treat.
Didn't you get the boom box?
Oh, the boom box.
I'm waiting for the Coke
box.
machine.
Yeah, the Coke machine is cool.
I really want the Coke machine. I don't want regular Coke. I want new Coke.
So I will be the only person to say this. I love Replicate. I think they make a good product, but they do provide tricks for Canadian consumers because it's almost impossible to get it here because the shipping is actually more expensive than the cabinet itself with most of the orders.
That's
Like,
ridiculous.
So I'm still trying to figure out some way around it. And Nostalgia just keeps saying, order it off Amazon. You're stupid. And then I had to show him one day. I'm like, this is how much it costs to order off Amazon. He's like, oh, I didn't know. They just send me all my cabs.
But we discussed this. You and Nostalgia were supposed to lead the revolt against your communist government and relieve all these taxes.
Yeah, the queen is dead, so you guys should have some.
That's a great point. Yeah, what are you worried about?
It's not the tax issue; it's the shipping, right?
Everything should be free.
I know.
Well, so far this year, their boom boxes shipped the M90 Mini, the M90 Micro, which I have both of those. The M90 Mini had some issues with the Bluetooth connection, where it was all staticky and obnoxious sounding, waiting for a Bluetooth connection. The M90 Micro, the small boombox, didn't have that issue. Everything was crystal clear sounding like it should have been the entire time. So there were some people upset about that, but for the most part, the product generally got positive reviews. And then, of course, Cuber came out. And then, of course, pre-orders went up for a bunch of other stuff. The Coke machines, Food Fight. And then we also have Missile Command about to ship from previous, which Missile Command will come out this year. This is a smaller company. They obviously don't have the production power of someone like Arcade 1-Up or something of that nature. So, in my opinion, I think New Wave Toys is giving us treats this year. I don't think we've gotten very many tricks. What do you guys think?
I agree. I like it. This is my first time getting a product.
A few tricks and more treats.
My
now,
favorite.
Did they ever get the issue resolved with that Bluetooth? With an update or anything, or it's just stuff like that?
It's kind of like it is what it is.
Oh,
It is what it is. It's a very loud, annoying, staticky sound while it waits for a Bluetooth connection. And a lot of people lost their shirts over it. Me, it's just annoying, but like once you connect, you're connected, and I think it goes away. I don't recall it still being there. You guys let me know if it was still there in the live chat. I don't recall it on mine. So, and then Missile Command coming out next month. That'll make a lot of people happy when that comes out. Wild Bill is here getting a little naughty in the live chat. He loves the Cubert knockers. There you go. All right, let's talk about the next one. So this one might be a little bit more popular of a topic. So when it comes to iiRcade, have they given us tricks or treats this year? What are the treats and what are the tricks? Let us know in the live chat and let's go around the panel. Fox, what are the treats this year and what are the tricks, my friend? Because I'm sure this company has done both, in my opinion.
What is the who sang the song? I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Paula Abdul in the 80s / maybe early 90s? Promise of a New Day. We've definitely.
I thought you were going with a different song.
2 steps forward, 2 steps back.
2 steps back.
So I am a proud owner, and I will say proud of the gold cabinet. And the gold cabinet for me personally was a treat. I mean, it's been a treat. It's been fun. It's definitely a different take on the Arcade 1-Up sales model of $500 for 3 games. It's kind of steep. So this is a little bit different approach. The guns, the light guns, Ascendant light guns. That's awesome. That's exciting. That's potential. But once again, potential doesn't always, is not always realized. But I think that overall, for me, being a new iiRcade customer, some of the games are pretty cool. I don't know if you can see, but 10-Yard Fight is kind of become my new addiction. That son of a gun is tough. That's tough, but I'm enjoying it. So I think overall, treats.
You think overall treats? Okay,
treats.
I'm
surprised.
So. I'm surprised, Fox. I
well,
thought you were going to go overall tricks.
No, new customer, and maybe that's part of it. But for me, yeah, treats.
Hey guys, a good friend of the channel, Endless 1-Up, is 43 subscribers away from hitting the 1,000 subscriber mark. Console Fanboy, thank you for the $2 super chat, reminding everybody that he's so close to that goal. If you guys like Steam content in particular, Valve Steam Deck content, make sure you guys check out Endless 1-Up and subscribe to the channel. We're always happy to help our fellow content creators in this community. Detroit Love, what do you think about iiRcade? What are the tricks and treats this year? What's good and bad in your opinion?
Well, obviously the gold is I like I said, in my arcade, the iArcade is the only one that doesn't have a backlit marquee. So I would love to have had the gold edition. It's not worth me, buying two to get the one, selling the other one. So
Yep.
I have no interest in doing that. But I'm glad that that's out, because that's a big pet peeve of mine. You can see in the background, I had the original cabinets that didn't have marquees, like Galaga and Street Fighter at the time, which it was mandatory that I got a backlit marquee. So that's definitely a treat. I'm glad that's now available, and that's the way it should have been from day one.
Can I make a suggestion? If you go online, there's actually, I looked at this before I decided I was going to get my gold cabinet, but it didn't make sense to get it because they didn't have ones that look good for the original iArcade, like the base model like I had. But you can actually buy these light boxes that sit on top of your cabinet that might be a good solution for you. It'll look more like a candy cab that way with the light box on top and give you that light up marquee.
Yeah,
From
I've seen those. That would drive me crazy. The
Why would it
cabinets are
drive you
already
crazy?
taller. It's the same way with
Taller,
your Legends pinball back there with that thing on the top there.
It's,
That would drive me crazy.
From the Miller Gaming Company, and I'm gonna
All
pull a
those
Mike.
things.
I'm gonna pull a
Son of
Michael.
a.
I'm gonna pull a Michael B here. There's this really, really good content creator who he made a fantastic review video for those light boxes from the Miller Gaming Company. He's got his arcade up in a loft. Oh, geez, who is that guy? All I know is stunning video. Make sure you guys go check it out.
He's the shits. He's always going on about these opportunities for improvement.
Who the hell says that, right?
All right, Mike, let's go to you. What are the tricks and treats that iArcade has given us this year?
The treat is absolutely the gold cabinet. The gold cabinet is so good. Like, I remember I was in the same space that Detroit Love was for a long time, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to upgrade. And I actually had a conversation with John one night and just talking to him about it. And he said, he gave me the pitch, right? And it's not a pitch from him. It's a mantra about you got to see the experience when you sit in front of it. And it is like I don't even like Dead Cells the game. I'm not even a fan. I just thought it was the best looking cabinet. I got the artwork. I think everything looks great. The controls are just as good as on the original cabinet. They feel a little bit better. I love the new speaker grill gate. I gave it a very positive review. I like the light up marquee. For me, I'm absolutely in love with the cabinet. But the thing about iArcade, the quality of the machine has never been an issue. The question is always the software. So we've seen a couple really good games come out this year, Galacticon and Donut Dodo, even Sub Octo. After doing the iArcadians last weekend, Kev Gret suggested to me, go back and purchase Sub Octo. You'll like it. And I do. I love a lot of the stuff they're doing in that capacity. Some of the arcade games they're bringing in, like, Toki and this TAD Corporation stuff, somewhat interesting. But at the end of the day, I think people's interest is going to fall all on the software. Then we go to the light guns as well. The light guns are awesome. And I saw Uplay Arcade put out their announcement this week. They're going to be selling for like $115 through Uplay Arcade. It's like $150 with recoil. So, I mean, really good prices. It's great that there's going to be availability. And I'm so excited about the light guns. But it also comes down to the trick of it. Are they going to have software that you're going to be excited about that supplements this new piece of technology that's really awesome? So, absolute treats. But there is a little trick there because I think people are still wanting on more exciting software from the company.
Before we get to B, $5.55, iArcade needs to put out a sports-themed cabinet that's not wrestling, like a football, baseball, basketball one.
They did.
It didn't come out though.
Which one?
Mutant Football League.
Mutant Football
Oh.
League.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Well,
That's
said we weren't supposed to talk about that.
That's true. All right, let me grab something here because you did mention that, Michael. And I actually got to give people a heads up on this. So let's pull this up. So if you guys are looking to get your hands on a Sinden light gun, you can order one now from Uplay Arcade. I'll have it right here. It's just uplayarcade.com. Actually, you know what? I'll put it in the live chat here. So the $115 model, I believe, is the one without recoil.
Yeah. That's correct.
So what's interesting is I have Sinden light gun downstairs. The one I have is the one that I bought through the Sinden Kickstarter, which should work on the iArcade Gold Edition that I have behind me once the firmware goes out. But the one I have, I totally forgot. I did not kickstart back the one with recoil.
Mhm.
So and the recoil will be baked into the iArcade firmware. All the
Yes.
all the GUD games will have recoil. So I did myself, guys. I bought one from Uplay Arcade. I put my pre-order in to get the one with recoil. It's like 100. It's 160, 70 bucks for a light gun. It sounds crazy. I just have to make sure nobody, the wife stays away from the bank statement this month. How much money I've spent. But just a heads up, there will be a lot easier, maybe, to snag them through that website.
So I just got a quick question. Do you know if my AtGames Bit Blaster will work on the iiRcade?
There is no such thing. There is no such thing. All right. B-Kong, what are the tricks and treats from iiRcade? And when we're done with that, we're going to talk AtGames and then Arcade 1Up.
Yeah, so for me, going to iiRcade headquarters was a treat. I think for me, just experiencing the folks that are most dedicated to that cabinet, there is a true community of the iiRcade team, and if that's a thing that really motivates you, it's a treat to be part of that kind of community to play and find your peeps, right? I would say I had a mixed bag of feelings about the Sinden implementation. For me, my experience with light guns, I've used several different versions of it. I think it's still left a little bit to be desired in terms of its functionality on the cabinet itself, with the auto calibration issues that were there. And then ultimately, will they get enough of the fun licenses to play on the cabinet? And the cost of entry for the gold was probably like the biggest selling point treat for those gold owners, but very sour trick for all the Gen 1 owners. The people that are left behind not being able to play the big announcement, I felt like it was a bigger trick for them, because now they have to think, do I have to upgrade? Is there going to be a supply? Will there be a Bluetooth light gun ever? I think those are big, tricky questions in the iiRcade's future. So I think for me, it's more, when I look at the big veil of it, more trick than treats, because on the surface it looks nice, but when I dig down, the majority of the users will not be able to play these new games.
So I'm going to ask a very simple but yet complex and difficult question. Glenn is making these control panels that are switchable, that are going to be usable with both the gold and the original, right? So if he is going to be making a control panel that's switchable with the original, which then has access to the board, can't he somehow figure out some way to hardwire USB ports?
USB.
Yeah. So then you could have USB input to the original iiRcade.
That would be amazing. If there is, I haven't looked at the board itself in a long time, because I have opened it to see if there is like a place for a USB to be like soldered on. Even if there was like an aftermarket hack to do that and for it to be accessed, which would probably void all warranties. But yeah, I think that would be a little bit of a tough sell if you had to like hardwire something into that port section.
All right, so let's do my tricks and treats with iiRcade. So, for instance, when I think of some of the treats that they've given us, is they've launched online gaming in an alpha, but it's kind of like the treat that is, whatchamacallit? It's not wrapped.
Yeah, it doesn't have the wrappers, like getting loose M&Ms in your bag.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of loose M&Ms in your bag. I love that analogy, Carl, because it's not really fully functional and ready, but the fact that it's coming and so many games on their platform are compatible with it, plus the online leaderboards and stuff. When it comes to treats,
what'd you get for Christmas? I got a couple gummy bears covered with lint. Good.
When it comes to treats, I think Space Invaders Infinity Gene, Galacticon, and Donut Dodo have been the standouts this year for game releases. But if you think about it in the big scheme of things, last year they announced, at least in my opinion, 20 really great titles that I play consistently on this device. When I think about all the titles that have been released this year, I really think that those are literally the only 4 titles that I play consistently on this device, myself personally. I know a lot of you out there, you might have some of your other preferences, like the new Load Runner game that got released. Maybe you're a big fan of that, etc. But I mean, when I look at it, I don't see a lot of treats as in game releases that have really excited me, plus helped to grow their fan base. I do think the Gold Edition cabinet is a treat for new customers. When it comes to existing customers, it's kind of a harder candy bar to swallow, because they were hoping to have a clear, easy upgrade path to have the same functionality as those with the Gold Edition cabinet. And that it looks like it's going to be the Gold Edition folks are going to get some stuff, but then eventually it's coming. It's not going to never happen, but eventually it's going to make its way to original owners, right? And Glenn's working hard on it. And if there's one person I trust, it is Glenn from Glenn's Retro Show. So If he's telling you it's going to happen, it's going to happen, guys. So in my opinion, it's been a 50-50 kind of split when it comes to iArcade of tricks and treats. You can't say they had an amazing year, but you can't say that they had a horrible year, because there have been some good stuff that has happened, and all that stuff. There you go. Hopefully that made sense, right? Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah.
All right. Tricks and treats for AtGames, guys. Let's talk about AtGames. What has AtGames given you this year that's been really cool, and what have they not given you or gave you that you weren't happy with? Let us know. Michael B., you cover AtGames frequently like I do. Let's start with you, man. What do you think?
It's been a really slow year for AtGames. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of new announcements. Of course, we got the Natural History Pinball Pack, and that was a surprising treat. Like, when I heard about the licenses, I was like, "What the fuck?" You know, like, I was like, "This is a nightmare." But you know what? When you actually play the games, there's so much value. They did such a good job on these. They put the money, time, and effort in that they didn't do with Taito, and the games are really good. And it gives me a lot of hope for the Christmas release of the Dr. Seuss pinball packs. I mean, that's a license I don't personally give a shit about, especially since they're not doing a hop on pop table, which was the obvious bestseller. So, but clearly, if they're going to put the same love and respect into developing new pinball tables they put into Natural History, I think Dr. Seuss could be a winner as well. They have done a good job in, not releasing new product and making new promises before they got their old stuff out. So we're now getting the Bit LCD. People are super happy with that so far. That's a product I'm really excited about. Hopefully I can get my hands on one. Quad plate control decks going out to people now. That's one I'm not as gone on, but it's good for the people, especially, that have one multi-cade in their house and want to play some 4-player Turtles through Bring Your Own Game. So now they can do that. And the cabinet's pretty big anyway, so it makes sense. In terms of, is it a treat? I mean, it's always a treat because these were also future-proofed. If anybody watched my stream last night, not that I'm trying to pimp myself, but it was a really good pinball stream. You guys should go watch it. Like, the fact that you can do stuff like bring a PC into your cabinet and bring like visual pinball in and use it as a virtual pinball cabinet is the treat that keeps on giving. The only real trick would be that, we haven't really got a lot new. ArcadeNet is still ArcadeNet, and that is a really sour point for me. The other trick about that is we haven't seen a lot of new software coming to the cabinet. Like, good on Natural History, good on Dr. Seuss, but where's the new like arcade games for people that want to pick up new arcade games and new games for their AtGames Legends Ultimate cabs? Sure, you can bring your own, but it'd be nice to see some new interesting content coming to your cabinet, and you have the ability to do so. It would be good to see stuff like that.
Okay, good. What about you, Carl? What do you think about? You know what? We got a couple of super chats here. Let's bang these out real quick. J111. Any of you played Pinball FX arcades? That's a whole different topic. Do those put the rewind and power-ups on them? I wish those features never were added to the games. I just play in classic mode on Pinball FX. I just started playing Pinball FX, 2 weeks ago? I just started giving it a shot. So I just play in classic mode, so I don't think I have any of that bonus stuff. Mike, you play Pinball FX. Do you ever play the mode with the power-ups? Because you get to choose, dude. You get to J111. You get to choose, like, do I want to play classic pinball or do I want to play with all the power-ups? It's totally up to you, brother.
So for anybody who's ever seen the movie Office Space, I'm going to answer this way. Nah, man, shit. You get the shit kicked out of you for playing those. It goes something like that. I can't remember the exact line. But no, I always just play in classic mode. I want to recreate the real pinball experience as best as I possibly can.
Same here.
David Gilbert gave us a $10 super chat. He says, somebody brought this up in the chat last week. Whatever happened to the AtGames racing cabinet? I got so sick of waiting for it. I bought one from a different company. So did I, my friend. Why do you think I have the Buy Stuff Store racing cabinet, which I still need to put out some videos? Fox, you built your own, which that was a fantastic job. Nostalgia made his own, but he basically converted a race car bed into a racing cabinet. We haven't heard anything. We know as much as you. We haven't heard anything about the racing cabinet. My suspicion is like the light guns. It's canceled. Like, it's not going to happen. And this would be a trick this year of AtGames if you had to like categorize tricks and treats. They've given no updates on the racer to anybody. Nobody knows. If you hear anything, it's all speculation and rumor. Nobody knows anything if they're actually going to release a racing cabinet product. In my opinion, I think it's canceled. But you guys let me know if you feel differently.
So I don't have any inside knowledge of it, but I will say this: that when it was announced, when we did the announcement, I think it was too much of a project at that point, really, for them to announce it. Like everybody was excited about the idea, but basically they were working with this company that also make these cabinets that they were selling through. What is it called? Alibaba, or what was the site called?
AliExpress. I think?
AliExpress or whatever.
AliExpress.
I don't know. So I think the problem was that they never should have showed that version of it. I'm sure what AtGames would have had would have been based on the model that they had, but it would have been modified, and it definitely would have been more of a simulation type experience. For people thinking it was going to be an arcade racer, think more like simulation type experience. That's my guess. I would guess that some of the negative criticism they received about their initial video set the project back quite a bit. I would also imagine that they've got to figure out, they shouldn't have announced it before they figured out the actual technical specifications of it, because I'm sure that that's going to be very hard to ship and very expensive to ship. So I think that cabinet is probably another year off, maybe more, if it is ever going to come out. That's the real reality of it. If you guys are waiting and you got to get something soon, look at third-party options, get a couple milk crates like B Kong showed you how to do, and build your racer that way.
Yeah, I made my own Legends Connect version of a racer, and so the at least the ecosystem is compatible with a steering wheel that you could, if you really wanted to. Is it worth it though? I when I saw the spec sheet originally for that game's racer, a lot of things on there were like, okay, it could be compatible OTG with these PC racing games. And then I had questions about the force feedback wheel. So for whatever the price point was going to be, because we didn't know what that was going to be, I kind of argued that you might be better off really building your own, either, just basically with a good wheel, a good simple setup, and you could be near what the benefit of that was. Like, was it enough to be an all-in-one package with the current library they had for racing? That would have been a tough sell if it was, and I'm not speculating on price point, but I'm sure you could have gotten value making something similar of your own, like Fox did, or something else, or with the milk crate, and under $300, like Nostalgia did, you can make a Legends racer if you really wanted to.
Yeah, P-Dubs, and I haven't. Oh, sorry, Fox, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
P-Dubs, I haven't talked to you much about this, but you have the Buy Stuff Racer. Have you got it all finalized, put together? Have you experienced it yet?
Yeah, I just need to film reviews for it and stuff.
Okay, so I know my good buddy Charlie Chuck, who is I don't know if he's here in the comments tonight, but Charlie Chuck has one and he has it set up, and he wrote me the other day. He said that's all he does now. He's not even using his virtual pinball table anymore. He's constantly on this Buy Stuff Racer. He told me the other day he's got a subwoofer put in. He was playing a Seto Corsetta or whatever it's called the other day.
Do you know
he's
why?
In love with it.
You know why? It's because you can sit down in the chair. I have mine. Multiple consoles hooked up to it. Like, I could literally just sit in mine and just like play Xbox. You know what I mean? On a 32-inch screen, like a couple feet from my face. You know what I mean? It's just relaxing. It's like a little gaming rig. It's not just for racing, in my opinion. You could just get lazy with it. Go ahead, Fox.
Well, I think that's the big seller. I mean, it's kind of, in a way. I mean, I've got this love for candy cabs. It's kind of like, listen, guys, we're not as young as we used to be, and it's nice to be able to sit down and game. And when you have something purpose built for that form factor, it makes a big difference. But I think there's a big gap in the market for some kind of multi-cab that's focused on racing. And damn it, I really wanted AtGames to kind of come through with that, because to have some sort of plug and play solution, sometimes, I mean, B is like really awesome with all the software and the hacking and whatnot, and he puts together some amazing builds. What I did was really just a TV and a PlayStation 4, but to have some sort of, some people just want to go buy a thing and plug it in and play, and that's what we're missing in this market. And I think that it would be, if someone could fill that gap, it would be incredible.
So we hadn't got to Arcade 1-Up yet, but maybe if they came out with a Couchcade driver.
I almost swore.
Couchcade for the win.
I think I found the next model of the AtGames Legends Racer. They're going to redesign it to this, Dubs, if you want to pull it up. It's on Alibaba. It's going to become a full overhead racing machine. That's what they're waiting for.
I've got my pre-order in now through Home Depot. I guarantee you I'm going to get it.
You know what's funny? If Nostalgia was here, he would actually tell us, guys, I might be crazy, but I think this could work.
This will be the just like
This'll
the
be their
baby
top
cave.
seller.
It's gonna be he
Four
thought the
by
ba-
four.
he literally told me and many other people, Nostalgia. Keep in mind, Nostalgia's not the biggest fan of arcade stuff, but he literally told me he thought that the Babycade was genius, and that
Yep.
they would sell millions of units, and it was going to be this big hit, and it was going to be the product that like made them a national brand, and we all know how that turned out. but his
Slightly
love
off
of the
the mark, yeah.
Babycade. Like I honestly, Mike, you know what we should do? We should buy Nostalgia Babycade and just send it to him.
I think
you
what killed Arcade
For
One Up's
Christmas, I'll
Partycade,
sell it to him.
Partycade dreams and their Collectorcade, I'll say as well. Their dreams were the price points they had to sell them at. I don't know how their shit works, but if they could have sold them for like the Collectorcade at the $40 mark, and then the Babycades at $100, they might have had a market
dude.
for them.
Yeah, they could have something.
Real quick, I'm just sharing this. Some people, Bob, one of our favorites, was asking in the live chat, what is the racing cabinet all about? We have it right here. This is the Buy Stuff Arcades racing cabinet kit. Currently, it's sold out. They're getting ready to ship Wave 2 orders. Once those ship, they'll open up Wave 3 orders. There's a few YouTube videos out there. Just type in Buy Stuff Racing Cab. You'll find some people made some videos on this. I really need to get my videos published. My apologies, guys. I'm too busy hanging out with these guys versus editing videos because we're lazy.
You're napping. You're napping. Don't get on
It
this shit. You're
happens.
napping.
All right, let's move on here. Let's see.
No. Really quickly, I do want to say something though. Really quickly about AtGames. I'm going to be a massive hypocrite here because I told people a long time ago that I would rather see AtGames come out with a dedicated driving cab instead of some kind of attachment that would work with their cab. But I think honestly, it might be time for them to shift directions and come out with a control panel that can be added and a seat and a pedal set. That might be our best option for having an AtGames racer at home. That would be much better than what they're suggesting so far.
All right, so I'm answering questions in the chat, so somebody else answer, Mike.
Hey,
what-
Console Kids is here.
Hey,
Hey,
so
just
what
Stone,
Mike
how you
is
doing?
talking about an add-on, right, to the AtGames Legends Ultimate. That could work. It would kind of sit up high, though, right? So that would be good. It'd be a good seat.
That's right. Yeah.
It'd be an SUV.
It sounds like someone should do a custom mod.
Yeah. There you
If
go.
only we knew someone who could do that.
Who could do that?
Who could
Who could do
possibly?
that?
Who might have a milk crate?
You call it a thronecade because
I
the
love
seat would
it.
be so high. It's a thronecade.
That's excellent.
Do us a favor,
Maybe
guys.
P-Dub should do a video on that. And it'd be
On the what? On the what?
Thronecade.
A Thronecade?
Thronecade.
Game of Thrones Cade.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
That's good.
Even better. A whole
I like
series
it.
of videos.
I
Mhm.
like it. Do us a favor, guys, in the live chat. Say hello to Justin. Console Kids making a grand entrance like he's known for.
I just came here so that we would have nice symmetry.
There you
Good.
go.
Good.
Yeah,
It's for
three on
screen
top.
positioning.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't it apparent who the bottoms are in these relationships?
That's right.
All right. Does anyone else want to talk about what tricks and treats so far from AtGames before we pivot to
Well,
arcade?
I have to add in the fact that they supposed to got rid of the login requirements at least at some level. I
That's
don't know if
bullshit.
I don't know if that's a trick or a treat.
Bullshit. My machine is currently logged out behind me.
I still have to log in every time I log into my pinball machine. Like every time. Every
I
time.
always got to bring it up. I just love that fact. That's my favorite game aside from Blitz now. That's,
So,
the login
so
game.
Login game. Turn
Guys,
it on. Log in. Turn it off.
Now, when you do that, when you log in, do you have to type in your thing on the thing, or do you use the QR code?
Oh, QR code all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
gotta-
otherwise it
yeah.
would be even more.
there's a QR code. I've been typing this stuff in like a dummy.
Yes.
There's a QR code.
Not available in Canada.
Right.
Cure code. Cure.
All right, let me try and that way we can, because Arcade One Up obviously has a lot more products, and despite the fact that they're, in my opinion, the last two cabinets have been a complete shit show, they did also give us some treats during the year. Arcade One Up, which we'll talk about. But when I think of AtGames, to kind of sum it up, we're going to get a firmware update next week, eliminating the need to log in to play your naughty add-on games, that's something people have been waiting for a very long time. Also, they released more pinball content, and finally, we're getting game packs. These are all treats, in my opinion. It shows that AtGames is trying to diversify what they're giving you in regards to downloadable software. When it comes to some tricks, light guns got canceled, the racers up in the air. They went radio silent for about 8 months. I'm sorry, 8 months is too long. About 6 months. Like, we really didn't hear from them from January until July almost. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't do anything. No firmware. They're like, we're not doing firmware updates anymore. We'll let you know. We'll talk to you later. Bye. And you do, as a treat too, it was nice that they did 2 National Owners Day. Let's be honest. I mean, company's not obligated to do that in any way, shape, or form, and they did that twice in February and in September for people, so that's nice. So yeah, there you go.
Best thing that AtGames did this past
Bit LCD is a treat. I'll fight that. I love this thing. I don't care what anyone says. This thing is going to be the accessory of the year. The Bit LCD. Go ahead.
Best thing we can all agree is they got rid of Steven Nostalgia. I mean, that guy was an anchor for that company.
Best move ever.
They crap can nostalgia. That's so funny.
I kind of threw away money on that Bit LCD because I pre-ordered it with the $50 and then I never redeemed my thing because I didn't think I was going to use it. But you're saying that it's worth it. I should fork up the rest.
Oh, that thing is spectacular.
Yeah. Okay, give me FOMO. The last kind of trick thing that I'll just say about AtGames was the for their National Owners Days, they have like 500 million deals that you have to like really break down. I would love, because the trick is if you actually do the math and add their deals, it's like more expensive for the bundle than if you buy them individually. So hopefully they can fix their math the next time, and then you'll get extra volume discounts if you.
That doesn't sound like broken math.
What does it?
Sounds like on purpose math.
Does it?
Yep.
Yeah. More options. But yeah, look forward to improved National Owners Day sales.
Do you want to get kicked out of this stream as
I'm
well?
just trying to give opportunities for
science,
improvements. That's all. Just opportunities for improvements.
I love that phrase. Opportunities for improvement. It's like I want to get that tattooed on my right button cheek. Wait, that don't sound weird.
It's a verbal trademark.
Wait a minute. Did that sound weird?
Yeah.
All right. And Dr. Seuss tables coming out. We'll have to see how those are going to be by the end of the year. Hopefully those will be a treat. The only thing I can say is when AtGames sent out download codes for the Natural History pack and said, here's the codes and here's the games. For us to do like reviews and film content on and all that kind of stuff, all fully disclosed. YouTube police, calm down. If one thing they did mention, I did ask him, I said, well, are the Dr. Seuss games going to look just like these Natural History games? Because the Natural History games, in my opinion, are an improvement versus the Taito games. And it shows like they're evolving, getting better and better. They told me, they said, we think the Dr. Seuss games are going to look even better than the Natural History games. Look better, play better, perform better, better table options, gameplay, etc. So pressure's on them to deliver this Christmas an amazing Dr. Seuss pinball experience. Let's see what happens.
One other really quick one I want to throw out there. They also did the Universal arcade packs, and this is a treat, but like it should never have been a trick in the first place. If you buy one of their packs, it should work on all your devices right from the start. So I'm glad they picked up on that and made that possible now. So now if you buy one arcade pack, it'll work across all your devices if you're crazy and have multiple devices like myself and Dubs and Carl as well.
All right, let's pivot over because we got 230 people here would love to tell us all the tricks and treats that Arcade 1UP has given us this year. Justin, you haven't had a good chance to talk. What are some of the treats? Like, what are some of the really cool things that Arcade 1UP gave us this year, in your opinion? And what are some of the
zero treats? This is
treats.
No, this is what they gave us.
Wait, you're blowing my mind here.
No.
I expect you to give me a.
No, they gave us this. Poop.
What is it?
They gave us the poop. The poop mouth. The poop mouth. That's what they gave us.
Do it again. I want to see
the poop mouth.
The poop mouth. You got a poop mouth, Ron Burgundy. Oh,
I hate you, Ron Burgundy. I hate you. That's what they gave us.
While Console Kits is thinking of his real answer, do me a favor, guys, in the live chat. Let me know what are some of the treats that Arcade 1UP has given this year. What are some of the good things that they've done? We'll get to the tricks at the end.
Can I just go off topic for a second? Console
Yeah.
Kits, you're looking rather clean there. Did you get a haircut today as well?
Shave. Stubble is gone.
With stubbles there.
No, did you get a haircut? Your hair is more groomed than usual.
Look at this.
Are you implying he's usually messy?
I got a haircut like
You
a
rude
week ago or
Canadian
something.
A
bastard.
week
2
ago.
weeks.
No, I just think that Arcade One Up sent a message out and they said, "Listen, listen,
Yeah.
Justin, you guys gotta
That's a
you
great
gotta
point.
ship off."
Step it up. Okay, so here's what I think about Arcade One Up. This was the year that they did the step forward, step back. You know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. When they came out with the MK, so that was a trick. They're like, we're gonna do something amazing and give you an amazing cabinet with a crappy monitor. And then they're like, okay, you know what you guys really want? You want an XL cabinet. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. 2 steps forward or 1 step forward. Okay, it's gonna come with a crappy monitor. And they're like, wow, we messed up that one. How about the Yoga Flame? Okay, you nailed it. And so I think on those newer cabinets, that particular one, it was like they had already done Street Fighter so many times that, and they already did make the mistake on the MK. They knew what mistakes to fix, and that cabinet ended up being really good. Now we have Marvel vs. Capcom 2. They have to introduce brand new gameplay. Then they got Blitz, which is a new type. They're basically a publisher now all of a sudden, where they published a brand new game, and they're not delivering it, you know. But it's one of those things. Well, the second version next year will probably be better. Like if they come out with a better version of Blitz, or I don't know, eventually they'll release the update for it. But it sucks to be an early adopter this year to new technology. MK, early adopter, bad experience, right? You can see the trend. You get the golden T. You're the early adopter to the XL, bad experience. Blitz, they're a brand new publisher, bad experience. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, taking it to the next level when it comes to emulation. It's their first time going to that level of emulation, bad experience.
Okay.
So you're saying we're beta testers?
Somebody has to do it.
Look at this. A viewer, Cogs or Us, said Screen Gate, Spectator Gate, no online gate, but we have AAA titles and beautifully designed wood. I think that's the story of Arcade One Up. If you filmed a documentary about Arcade One Up, that would be the story. Beautifully designed wood.
That's what they sell.
And AAA
that is-
games and beautifully designed wood. I think that would
She
be
said, at least.
that's it. That's the documentary right there. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Anyone else? Jump in. Feel free. Treats. What did they give us that was good? And trust me, they gave us a lot of bad, but I'm sure they did good. They released a lot of products this year.
Shaq's Funhouse was one of the greatest events I've ever been to.
That was last year. We don't need
No,
to
I'm
talk
pretty,
about that.
I'm pretty sure
We
that
don't need to
was this
talk about
year's
Shaq.
Super Bowl.
Don't talk
That
about
was this
Shaq.
year. Yeah,
That was an amazing event.
the best ever.
Best where I started my on-site reporter career, Michael B. So I think that was such a
Best
great-
worst on-site reporter
Best.
ever. So I'll go. It's been a hard year for me with Arcade One Up personally, and I will say a lot of this is subjective based on what your likes are. I agree with Justin. Those first couple cabinets that came out, the legacy units, there was so much hype and excitement because they had made so many improvements. I mean, Centipede looked amazing. Pac-Mania wasn't my jam, but it still looked really cool for anybody that wanted a Pac-Mania design cabinet. And Mortal Kombat, even though Johnny Cage wasn't going to be on the side, we were all gaga over it. Then they dropped the price points and we were like, holy shit, Arcade One Up is dropping straight fire. But then those screens, man, and I'm sure there's reasons for it, but they really do defeat all the value that the cab brings. And it sucks too, because that Mortal Kombat cabinet is probably the best form factor they've ever made. Like, I love it in the 3/4 scale. It's the best form factor. So that really sucked. That was a rough start. Then we got our Capcom Legacy, which was the Yoga Flame and Shin Hadouken. And I know a lot of people are very happy with them, and that's cool if you like them. I'm not going to, try to piss on your cornflakes or, ruin your parade. But for me personally, I looked at that and I said, that's not what I want from this company. I want recreations of original cabinets. They're going in a different direction with the artwork, the way everything looks. So I'm not super interested in that. I'm not interested in buying a pretty multicade just with a bunch of Capcom games on it, only 12, right? So that didn't really get with me. Then we had the XL cabs, and the XL cabs, the shitty thing is they're awesome. Both the XL cabs, Golden Tee and NBA Jam, everything about the cab is exactly what Arcade 1-Up probably should have been doing from the start. This is what they should have been doing. Instead of making kitty cabs, they should have been making these right from the start. And again, it's the same story though with Mortal Kombat. Even though I hate the art on NBA Jam, I don't know why they added Shaq to it. I don't think he brings any value. It's not terrible. And of course, you can just get some side art and change it out if it's really that bad. But the cabinets themselves are so good. But the screens suck. The screen sucks so bad. Golden Tee is a nightmare. You can't sit on a stool, and you have to be in the perfect position to play it. It's still awesome.
Stop
Like
whining.
if you're
It's playable, Michael B. It's playable.
it's not. And NBA Jam's a little bit better. The screen's a little bit better because you can sit on a stool to play it, and it's at a better angle. It's awesome. The cab's awesome. It's just, man, I really wish they didn't run afoul with these screens, because the screen, it really ruins the experience. And I get it that you can change out the screen. You guys made awesome videos on how to mod out the screens. It's easier with the XL cabs than it is with Mortal Kombat, but you shouldn't have to do that. That should never be a conversation for a brand new product about how you have to change something out to make it.
You're mixing in the tricks with the treats,
I know,
Mike.
but I got to do it this way. And
Next
then
thing you know, Mike is going to start talking about Arcade 1-Up deals.
So I then of course we've got I'm not in on either of these cabs really. MVC and Blitz, which are huge, both era defining. I don't want to say era defining because it's actually industry defining titles that they're releasing here, and I wish it went better because it sucks for them. These mistakes have really hampered what should be just utter excitement that these titles are coming out. So it's been a rough year. My treat is that I'm hoping that these are areas for improvement. I always want to bring the opportunities for improvement to these companies. So I'm hoping that going forward, we're going to see more XL cabs because they're so good. Just put a good monitor in it, and you're going to sell a bunch of them because they're awesome. So that's my treat, is that hopefully things will get better going forward.
Okay, Fox, I know that you're a little grumpy this week. You're done. You're done over some pre-order debacles. But surely,
so done.
Did Arcade 1-Up give you any treats this year?
Don't call me Shirley.
Before we get to the tricks, which Mike gave us all his tricks already.
The treats, if you scroll your calendars back, and it's a lot. It's been a big year. I'll say it's been a big year for sure. We got T2, we got Ridge Racer.
T2
we have a lot of good stuff from Arcade 1-Up. We had the introduction of the XL line. A lot of stuff going on there. A lot of pluses. A lot of good foots forward. The midway style, the new design, the new 3/4 design.
So good.
That was a just incredible foundational treat for sure, because it's screens and all that aside, I'll say that for my tricks, but it was a great design and a great, like I said, it's a foundational thing. And making its way to the Blitz cabinet, having that angular control panel is such a great thing. They got the angle just right. So they swung big. Did they miss? That's up to some people. They swung for the fences every time at bat. and I think that for the most part, especially if you're a fan of bangers, big titles, I think they delivered the game, the experience, maybe not the best, but overall, I mean, there's a lot to brag about. There's a lot to be happy about. I made a ton of views on my video about modding your screens, but should I have even had to make that video? Well, that's up for debate. So cab design, titles, different form factors. There's a lot to like here from Arcade 1-Up. Like I said, once again, the execution, I'll say that for my tricks, but no, I mean, overall, there's a ton of treats to be feasted upon if you're an Arcade 1-Up fan.
Okay. And what about you, B?
I would have to agree.
Carl, go ahead.
I would have to agree on what these guys have said. A lot of the treats has definitely been in the variety of different types of cabs this year, if you're just entering into this home arcade market, this is definitely the best year because you'll be able to get the shooters, you get the racers, you get the sports. You get a lot of options to start off your game room. And also, the biggest thing for me, I love the faux coin doors. I think that is definitely a treat this year. They shouldn't have any cabinets come out that don't have these faux coin doors going forward. It'd be a shame if they snuck any out there with that, because they definitely makes a huge difference. And going forward, they should put the LED lights. What does that cost to make that? To put those LED lights on there, it makes a big difference. So that's definitely a big treat. And someone on one of you guys' videos, you mentioned that a cabinet's coming out that's going to have the LEDs for the first time. I can't recall.
Killer Instinct Pro
series. Yeah.
Which one?
Pro
Killer
series.
Instinct Pro.
In Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah.
And the Star Wars re-release?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and definitely.
How do you know that, Justin?
Because John told me.
Knows.
In the Illuminati chat, you were there.
Michael.
But I think this year's been a lot of tricks and some treats. But Blitz, the screen looks awesome. That should have been a screen that was on the Golden Tee and all the other ones that had the bad monitors. That screen looks absolutely awesome.
You know what the messed up
You
thing
didn't raise
is?
your hand, Michael B.
I'm sorry. I know. But you know what the messed up thing is? Listen, man, it's not the fact that it's a TN monitor and TN monitors are the devil, because you can get a TN monitor that looks good. We've seen that. The Mortal Kombat monitor Fox is using is still a TN monitor. There are good TN monitors. It's just they bought a bunch of TN monitors and never tested them before they stuck them in the cabinets and sent them out to people. That's what sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You're just adding more detail to it. That's all.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I did 4 live unboxings this year, and it was Dragon's Lair, MK30th, NFL Blitz with you guys, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And those are all fun. Mrs. Kong's Arrest did not break any of them by stepping into them. So that was a real treat. But those 4 titles alone, again, were highlights of the year and some of the best treats, I thought. And I was close to company this past year doing events for them. I went to Shaq. We did that Red Cross sale event. We did Evo, and I went to Comic-Con. And just the fact that they came back and were kind of in front of the community. I know they've taken a step back and we've been wanting to hear from them, but we were missing that connection to one of our favorite companies to hear directly from them for a while too. So I'm hoping that one-up show that they continue to do it, especially not when they're just announcing things, but when there's issues like this, that's the platform that they use to communicate more to their audience. They built something with that I hope they continue to grow on, because that's what I really like treat-wise and helping bring that to the community.
Can I interject again? I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. I know I am, but that one-up show, I will say that is a definite treat. But the trick of the one-up show, if I could give some constructive criticism, is that you ever ate something for the first time and you're like, oh man, this is so good. I'm having such a good time with this food. It's so good. So then you go back and you get it like 9 times in the next 2 weeks. And then after a month, you're like, Jesus, that was a lot. I think the problem with that one-up show is they had those 2 marquee announcements back to back. So we had the Marvel versus Capcom show, and then like 2 weeks later, we had another NFL Blitz show. And then like a week after that, we had an NFL Blitz show. When I was told that this one-up show was coming out, I was really hoping it'd be more like the Zen Pinball show, where it'd be a regularly scheduled monthly show in order for them to do updates and just touch base with the community and have a presence. To me, that's what that should be, more so than what it came out of the gate. Like, it came out of the gate hot and fast, and now it's dead because they don't have any more announcements. And it never should have been in that format maybe in the first place.
So when I think of treats, before we get to the tricks and all the arcade one-up products that I purchased this year, maybe some of these names you guys will remember. This all happened this year. These are the 6 items that I thought were treats. I gave positive reviews on. I really enjoyed these products. The Catalina wine mixer, the Defender Party Cake, probably one of the best products they've ever made. Absolutely love the Defender Party Cake, the Catalina wine mixer. The Ridge Racer cabinet, one of the biggest videos on my channel, my review video. That video really took off. Absolutely love the Ridge Racer cabinet. I don't think I recall saying
I get it.
much bad about it,
I gotta interject there.
except the pedals. Go ahead.
The reason why is like I'm getting FOMO over Ridge Racer. It's $3.99 at Amazon.
Right.
If you think about it, compared to what its retail price is, and we all know that there's a very, very simple hack that's out there. Every single cabinet that has an SD card can totally sideload APK games.
Yep.
Like $3.99 and sideload Outrun, is that a thing? Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, it does change the
know.
game to be like, oh, it's easy. Like, it's easy. It's plug and play. You potentially could add more games to all these cabs, and it's like not a big deal. Especially, I'm sorry to interject there because like the AtGames Legends Ultimate is awesome. You can sideload all these games, right? But it doesn't have a steering wheel, right? Mine doesn't, right? So all these cabinets that are like it has a cut. Like now I want to get Tron because I'm like, can I sideload some other games on it? It's got a stick. Okay, continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, I appreciate it. Also, I loved the Pong tabletop head-to-head device. You guys remember that one? I gave that one a very positive review. My wife loves it. We don't play it nearly as much as we used to, but we when we do play it, we have a good time. She really likes it. And remember, I bought it because she wanted it, and it was a very solid product. Very solid product. This one, some of you might remember. Justin, I think this one you'll get excited about. The Galaga 88 Countercade because of the games list. The games it had gapless on it. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And gapless, however you say it. That the Galaga 88 Countercade was awesome, except it had a crappy screen, but everything else was fantastic about it. And then, of course, here's one you guys might not remember that I personally love: the Class of 1981 cabinet. I love it. I love it, especially after I did the marquee mod with Retro 530. I still have that one, and it's probably going to be the last Miss Pac-Man type cabinet, Bandai Namco cabinet I buy from Arcade One Up. But I really like Class of 81 cabinet. And then I wrote down Dragon's Lair. I love Dragon's Lair. I understand there's an audio bug issue where the audio's delayed. And I understand how if you are a diehard Dragon's Lair fan, that kind of ruins the experience for you. I'm not a diehard Dragon's Lair fan. Like, I've made this well known to everybody. So for me, it's not a big issue, the audio delay, but I respect people where it is an issue for them. But it doesn't change the fact that I love the cabinet. I think it's a great cabinet. But those are the 6 cabinets or 6 products that I say were treats this year for me, covering Arcade One Up. If we have to switch over to tricks, the stress of Blitz and MVC2, the MK30th having terrible Wi-Fi online play, beautifully made cabinet, and then the crappy screens on the legacy cabinets. You know what I mean? Like, there have been plenty of tricks. There have been plenty of tricks this year from Arcade One Up. Anything? What other tricks did they have this year, guys? Are we missing anything out?
I think we would go back to treats for a second because there's some good treats right now.
Oh, look at you!
So check this out. Now this is lowest price tracked. Okay, so the reason why this is interesting is it's more this, right? So you guys know the trick, right? If you wanted to pick up Big Blue for $349, which we talked about, this is a decent cab. It competes with your Yoga Flame. It's available at RC Willie. Now, RC Willie is not something that like everyone has access to regionally, but a lot of people have learned that you can go to Best Buy and they'll price match, and you can do it all on the chat. And Best Buy does free shipping, so you get $349. Best Buy. It's how you can get in to the Street Fighter lobby. This game is online. The fact that you can take me off the thing. The fact that they we get these discounts. We wait a little bit. You get the discounts, right? Those are little treats here and there. You can get some cabs at a decent discount.
Yeah, that's actually an excellent point, Justin. I think B got the most benefit of this, but when that T2 and Ridge Racer initial massive $399 sale went on, I mean, B, that covered your expenses for the rest of the year pretty much with your affiliate links.
I think I sold like 20 plus cabinets.
That's crazy.
300. Yeah. So it was a nice little bonus from Amazon that I got.
Yeah.
I just spent buying some chargers. You got to have some chargers around the house.
all joking aside about the affiliate link thing, that was a really good time to see a lot of people picking up these cabinets and getting excited about them when they initially came out. And maybe the price point was a little high for them. Both, in my opinion, and maybe not everybody feels this way, both those cabinets are awesome. I love my T2. I love Ridge Racer. I was surprised how much I like Ridge
T2
Racer.
sucks. T2
You don't like
sucks.
it?
It has several opportunities for
It is
improvements.
my wife's cabinet. It is not my cabinet. Everyone knows that. And I've dumped a lot of money into, adding all that crap on in the cabinet to, make it look cooler. And it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. One gun game. It's
Well,
just...
what if it was like $399?
Well, that's why I said in my review, do not spend $600 on T2. Go buy it on sale. Fox, you did the same thing in your review. I think
Absolutely.
in your review, you said something like, "This is a great $400 cabinet." Or how did you end your video?
It's a wonderful $499 cabinet. I think that's the best way to put
$700.
it.
Yeah,
It's
it's a $700 cabinet.
No, it's not. And no Arcade 1-Up that I've played yet is worth really more than $499. I think $499 is a fair price. So anything less than that, oh god, I mean, you gotta pick it up if you're a fan of that particular game. And that's the biggest trick for me, is that when you come out $600-700 and then a month later you're cutting the price in half, it's just like, I mean, really, I mean, I pre-order these cabs, the ones that I'm really jazzed about. I gotta have. I get them. I get a hold of them, and I rarely say pay full price for the cab. I just do, because even like T2, I love T2. It's so much fun. It's one of those cabs you just grab the guns and go. Especially if you do the little mod where you hide the cords. Check out my channel for that. That's a really great.
Look at all this. There's so much self-promotion on this stream,
but it's
so horrible.
It's well, you do what you got to do. PW, you do what you got to do. But no, it's definitely, listen. I don't think you should ever. I mean, I haven't seen a cab yet that I would pay full price for, with the exception of maybe Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is why there's such a dilemma, such a storm going on in my brain because of the whole pre-order issue. This is the one, because of the rarity of the title, that maybe it's worth the sticker price, but I can't tell you because I don't have the damn cabinet.
And you're gonna have to check that box that this is a promotional video. With all the shilling and self-promotion going on.
Oh yeah, we're promoting ourselves. So
here's the funny thing about your statement just then, Fox. If you do end up going through Home Depot, you still can't make that statement because you yourself never paid full sticker price.
Yeah. Shut your damn mouth.
Oh, and you got 1 or 2% back on your Home Depot card, right?
I did. I did, but I made that disclaimer in the video when I was ranting. So
you got to be careful. If you get the discount,
we're all good.
If you get a discount from a company like Home Depot, it's a deal. You have to specify that this is a sponsored video, because that company gave it to you at less than retail.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a sponsored by Home Depot tag on every video I make from now until I die.
It's the only way.
It's the only way to do it.
I pulled this up because, in my opinion, this is the biggest trick of the year from Arcade 1-Up. This was the worst product of the year, and that is the Couchcade. And I don't know how many of you actually went and got one of these pieces.
Those are discounted now too, right?
But
$199.
This is the biggest trick of the year, in my opinion. There was nothing good about this. Between this and the Projectorcade, which was basically a $50 Amazon projector with $20 of wood as a frame and a cheap control panel that they were selling for like $500. Those would be the two biggest tricks of the year. But luckily, guys, when it comes to tricks and products that you're not a big fan of, they can easily be recycled.
The look at the camera when you walk through the door. That's the kicker right there.
But the biggest trick of the year, probably one of the worst products I've ever purchased from Arcade 1-Up in the entire. In fact, the entire time that I've covered them, the Couchcade was the worst. It was absolutely the worst.
No, well, hold on here now. You have a giant Pac-Man joystick, and you're saying that's the worst.
Let's just put it this way. That was me. I forgot the HDMI console. I had to come back and put that in the recycling bin. But you know what's funny is my giant Pac-Man joystick is not in my recycling bin. So
Why
But
do you
it's not
still have
played.
it? Like, is it just in the bedroom looking at you guys? Like, I don't understand. What do you
He
still
drilled a
have
hole
it?
in the mouth.
can I? You want to hear the honest truth?
Ah.
I've owned that thing for what, over a year now, and I don't think I've ever tried playing it. I don't think I've ever. Like
I never even plugged it in.
I unboxed it because it comes with the console and cables and all that. I unboxed it. I never hooked it up. I never even tried playing it.
So
That's called new in box.
Collector's item.
New on floor in
So,
living room. Never been
I
touched.
have a similar experience. I got both the
Yeah.
Pac-Man and Atari. I know I said that weird. It's my accent,
Yeah.
but I got both of those when they were $50 here in Canada, so they were on clearance. I unboxed the Pac-Man one because my daughter really wanted to try it, and I was super
Mhm.
disappointed because I was going to do a chill and chat or like a stream, gameplay stream, but the box for some reason wouldn't work through my older Elgato capture card, so I couldn't capture gameplay from it. So that was strike one. Then you actually try the experience itself, and I don't know what the hell's going on, but that thing is not responsive at all. Like, I don't know if it's the 2.4 gigahertz connection they have or whatever it is, but like, it just doesn't work. It's just not fun to play. It's not an enjoyable experience. So that's strike two, and that's being strike two. I'm out.
No.
I got it
It's
wrong. I know.
Strike 3. No, I can't
It's fine.
I can't remember it either.
remember.
It's a lot going on there.
But the Tron cabinet is beautiful, but I don't really like their push-pull spinner. I don't really like their Tron flight stick. Mine hasn't broken yet. I got Glenn's GRS push-pull spinner, and I haven't had a chance to install it yet. But I had a couple of people who left me comments on my videos saying that Glenn's spinner, push-pull spinner, isn't working with the Arcade 1-Up Tron cabinet. Like, the push-pull function isn't
Right.
working, but the
Yes.
spinner function is,
Mm.
which I wasn't even aware of. I don't know if Glenn's aware of it, so I'm going to have to test it myself. But hold off on buying that, guys, if your goal was to stick it in an Arcade 1-Up. Just a heads up there.
Yeah, the push-pull spinner on the stock one is an actual micro switch, right? Versus
Oh.
Glenn's is like a mouse click. So it's a different
Yeah.
type of. There's no connection to like go into the. And I would have
Interesting.
figured this out sooner, but Michael B took like 7 months to ship me back my Tron board, and then I.
Yeah, he did.
Well, there was never a deal about shipping back your
Yeah.
Tron board. That wasn't the arrangement.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people love the Tron cabinet, but I'm not I think the control, it's beautiful to look at, but the controls are not good enough in my
That
opinion.
came out last year too, by the way. That was like in November, December release last
You
year.
did, yep.
Was it last year?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
it wasn't
thought that
this
was-
year. It was
But
last
see-
year.
Wasn't this year? I can't remember.
We could say we have a home
I didn't buy
arcade
it till this year. That's
Yeah,
right.
it's-
I waited till it was on clearance.
Yeah, and it's a
somewhere.
home arcade fiscal year.
Oh, the fiscal, which runs from what, April to April, that kind of thing.
Whatever
June to
we want
June.
it to be.
July to
All
July.
right.
It's a floating physical year.
Whatever makes the content more enjoyable.
Yeah.
I thought the Tron cab was really good. I don't know why you don't think the controls are good, but maybe you're more used to playing real arcade cabinets. So, like, for me, it fell in line with what I was expecting, and I thought it controls pretty good. I know that the controller breaks. Obviously, there's a bad
Yeah.
fulcrum point on the control stick. It's a design flaw. So,
I love
but
it.
other
I
than
love
that,
it. I love it when Mike uses words like fulcrum.
That's a good one. I do have a question. This question is for it's for 19K Fox.
All right, here we
So
go.
I'm looking for prices, man. I'm looking for prices. So there's this Ridge Racer I've been thinking about getting. So they have it at Home Depot.
Oh,
Do you
for
think I
God's
should
sake,
get
Mike.
it? Do you think I should get it from Home Depot?
I think you should. What you should do, if you only want to not get it,
Home Depot. Should I buy it from Home Depot?
buy it if you don't want to actually own it, but you want to give your money away. That's
Oh,
what you should do.
wait. Maybe they'll give me a discount.
Oh,
Maybe you'll get
I didn't mean to do that.
maybe you'll get a slight discount. Maybe you'll get a discount on this thing that you don't actually own.
Yeah,
It's
you'll tell
great.
them like, "Hey,
Yeah.
it never came," and they'll give me like $150 off.
Oh,
Could that be
okay.
part of the deal?
Oh,
We
man.
still won't send it to you, but we'll take some money off of the thing you don't own. Great.
Alright,
So
hold
I'm
on.
only throwing
Hey.
less money away.
This is
Now-
getting serious. Let's put
now
B in
Mike's
the middle
bottom.
here. Let's put B in the middle there. It's getting
Oh,
crazy.
now I'm Detroit Loves bottom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, Fox, how many jars of Loctite have you gone through in?
Several.
I'm
2022.
I'm
It's an
pinching you.
unhealthy obsession. But I'm dealing with it. Seeing a counselor, it's
Gorilla
making
Glue is
some
better.
progress.
Fight me.
So I know a
Bro.
lot of you
Mm.
are eagerly waiting for Michael B to make his first real pinball machine purchase. I don't think you guys realize that he should not make this happen, because I asked him today what he should use to wax his pinball machine with. And what is it you told me, Michael
Carnauba?
B? You're going to
I think
use?
I think I came into that conversation a little bit
Just
off.
say
I
it.
didn't think
Just
we were
say
talking
it.
about
Just
pinball.
tell him.
I said if you guys are talking about waxing something, you got to use Astroglide. I mean, that's what I regularly use.
Slash KY. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I'll use a water-based lubricant to clean my pinball machine.
That's not what I said. I didn't realize you were talking about pinball. I thought you were talking about something else.
His
When in
Godzilla's
Rome.
gonna be his Godzilla's going to be a hot mess. All right,
ever
so Arcade One Up released plenty of products that sucked, plenty of products that needed fixed after the fact, and they also released plenty of good products as well this year. I think they've been tricks and treats. I don't know. What else do you guys have to add to that? Go ahead.
Really quickly, I just got a reply to my. I always do a message on my videos. I put my own message.
Wait. Is this another Ridge Wallet promotion?
No.
Check them out.
No, check them out. So, anyways, there's a person going around with my old avatar, and it's one of those Michael B on Telegram telling people they won a contest. So
Yeah.
there is no.
I haven't got
there is
that
no
yet.
Telegram
You're special.
contest.
I got it.
You guys are
There is-
special.
Yeah, there is no Telegram contest. If you see a message from Telegram from me, there is no contest. It is. It is
How
a
did you
scam.
receive a telegram? I don't know. I'm not sure how that.
But I will tell you, when the son of the Nigerian prince calls you looking for help, how do you say no?
You helped
Absolutely
them.
give him money
Yeah.
without question.
I heard someone said you just ban the word Telegram.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I just blocked the
that's a
channel
great
because
idea.
he responded to me directly,
You
and
can
I'll
block,
go in and block Telegram.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can block keywords on your channel, so someone tries to leave you a comment that has that word in it, it won't even post. That's actually a good idea. It's a good idea. So, all right, guys, we should probably put a pin in it. We've been.
I
going
think
for
we
this
should talk
while.
about CT Jason's video about the Blitz cabinet.
Absolutely.
It came like all messed up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, didn't you see it? CT
Oh,
Jason did a video
bro.
on a Blitz. It
I
came
thought that
all
was
messed up.
Mr. Arcade.
Hold on.
Oh, same person, right?
What was wrong with
They
it?
sound completely different, though, Justin. I don't know. Why would
I'm-
you make that connection?
Guys,
Don't you
I think it was Steve Harvey.
Oh,
Steve Harvey is in the home arcade scene, but he's worried. He
how
doesn't want
does
to
he
lose
have
his,
time for all
He
this?
doesn't want to lose his Family Feud.
What
gig.
channel? What? Look at CT Jason. I have no Blitz video. Come on, we know
I
it's
don't know what
you.
you're talking about. This Blitz video's blowing up.
The gig is up, man. We know it's you. Come on, let it go.
I can't
it
find his
go,
channel.
let it
Does anyone
go.
know where this channel is?
You're talking about Mr. Home Arcade.
Just Mr.
Yeah,
Home
but-
Arcade.
I can't find it.
It's CT Jason's second channel.
I know, but it won't
third.
pop when I search YouTube.
Actually, I did hear it's his
Put it into the
seventh
chat.
channel.
oh wait, hold on.
It's in a private comment.
All right. First off, there is no way on earth that this is not CT Jason. He's got a second YouTube channel. It's called Mr. Home Arcade. Look at it. Look at it. He's got the Jason mask.
No, that's completely different. It's obviously not the same person.
Well, no,
He
but
says
no
it's
relation.
not him.
so
It's
so
the same guy.
did any
No.
did any of you guys watch wrestling when Hulk Hogan was Mr.
Yes.
America?
Yeah,
That was
when he was
that,
Mr.
that was the
America,
whole
yes.
gimmick. We
Yes.
knew the whole time it was Hulk Hogan the whole time. So obviously,
What is that something in Canada? I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Let's bring
Wrestling.
CT Jason on the chat right now. Let's send him a link. He come on the show and he can say it's not him.
Yeah.
How about that? Let's give him an invite.
yeah, it'd be
Tell
funny. He logs in from his Mr. Home Arcade channel. It's not me, I tell you.
I don't know who this guy is.
It's not me.
Yeah, it's me.
It's not him. But he literally filmed a
What do you-
video in the
Freaking
basement.
console fanboy. He's playing along.
Okay, so it's,
Everybody's
so
playing along.
it's the same voice synthesizer. They all went and bought like a Darth Vader helmet at Walmart. And it's the same thing. It's just
Okay.
multiple.
Wait,
people.
but this is his basement. And the guy
No.
shows his arm. in
No,
the
no,
video.
no,
this is his
it's a
new
different-
house.
This
It's
is
his
a new
new
house. Yeah,
house.
it's different.
He moved. His wife
Setup.
kicked him out.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You guys are messing with me.
That's
No, it's a different arcade. It's not the same. The old
No way.
arcade wasn't.
All
in
right,
finished
hang
basement.
on. Let's get to the bottom.
There
of
he
this.
is.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, I'm driving, so it might be hard to hear me. Can you hear me?
We can
All
hear
right,
you,
now
brother.
while we have him on, Mr. Home Arcade, are you out there? Come join us too. Oh wait, he can't join us because he's already on the call with us.
Damn.
Hey, I
Busted.
don't know who that guy is. He kind of sounds like me a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
Wait, CT Jason, are you Mr. Home Arcade?
No, sir. I am not Mr. Home Arcade.
Okay, fine.
It's not
Full
me.
of shit. You're so full of shit.
Play the
It's not
video.
me.
Hit videos on the screen. Make
That's
sure you're
right.
sharing with audio, and let's
Look,
let the
Wait,
audience
wait,
decide.
Look at this is his basement.
It's not.
This
That
is
is
not my
drywall.
It's not his basement.
That is
That
his
sounds like that
basement.
basement
Dude,
has floors.
dude,
Look
tell
at
him.
that.
Dude,
Tell him, CT.
That's
Tell
not
him.
my basement. That
no.
ain't me.
Let me
I don't
prove
got
it.
no Blitz cab. Look at that Blitz cab. I wish.
Yeah. So you're
But I
saying
don't.
Mr. Home Arcade has a Mario box above his Simpsons, just like you?
Hey, I'm not the only person in the world that has arcade stuff. What can I say? I can say Michael
He's a
B's
huge
Mr. Home
Simpsons
Arcade.
fan as well.
It might be. I don't know. 19K Fox. That's
Hold
Mr.
on a
Home
minute.
Arcade.
Hold on.
I
Wait a
don't
minute.
know.
NGK Fox did do a really good impression. So
That wasn't
Hold-
me. I don't know what
Hold
you're
on,
talking about.
guys. Hold on. We might actually prove
Come
that
on.
CT Jason is telling the truth, guys.
Let's do
Because Mr. Home Arcade,
Let's legitimize my
Is
man
here.
Come on.
Is he here? Oh,
Mr. Home
shit.
Arcade, are you here?
Hey, Mr. Home Arcade.
Who the hell is CT Jason? Stealing my
That's
voice.
so hard.
your
That
ass.
is so hard.
What are you talking about? For your ass.
I told you.
If you
Hey,
find this
what's up,
out for
man?
me, CT, why are you stealing my voice?
Hey, I'm sorry. Maybe we grew up in the same town. I don't
I
know.
don't know. But for your ass.
No.
Like dueling banjos.
Anyway,
Ladies and gentlemen,
I love CT Jason. He inspires me to do these videos for your ass.
Well, I
So-
appreciate that, sir.
So
Keep doing what you're doing. Drive safe. I'm actually driving right now for your ass.
How
He's
you
always
see?
driving. He's always.
Haters gonna
That's
hate.
crazy.
And by the
So-
way,
Haters gonna hate.
subscribe to Console Fanboy. That guy is funny.
It was
So-
a billboard ad, and I fell for it. Damn.
All
So-
right, I gotta go for your ass.
so
Bye.
in order to do this, Zohar has created his 100,000 alias channel on YouTube, and people don't know this, but like getting 100,000 subscribers, you also get a plaque for doing your 100,000th account. So congratulations, Zohar.
Nice. Very good.
Oh, my God.
What an achievement.
You guys are hilarious. All right, so
So it's
so
not
that,
your
so that
CTJ.
mystery solved. Thank you guys.
Zohar's
Yeah.
Mr. Home Arcade. It was
That's
never,
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Ah.
Because
I
whoever
told
put
you,
that
Justin.
whatever.
I told you.
Whatever.
I still think it's CT Jason. I still
It
think
is
that's
CT
going-
Jason. Let me share my screen. I'm gonna expose this right here.
All right, we're gonna find the truth of this, guys.
Get down to it.
All right.
Oh, he's gonna show you the silly proof that he tried to show me. That
All right,
doesn't mean
let's-
nothing.
Hold on. We might have the smoking gun here.
I mean,
think
look.
know where- I
Look
think-
right
no,
there at the top. You know,
Sure.
he moved to a different house. Okay. Look
Now
at-
everybody likes Mario.
Look at everything that he has. Look at the custom,
Look at the
custom arcades that he has. The basketball.
There's no customer. Everybody's got that. Everybody's got that type of stuff.
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's got
Can
the
you-
same
I mean-
hand, and he's got the same
Where?
scar on his left hand.
Yes,
I need
show
to
the
see the
scar.
proof.
Show the scar. It's
Where's
definitive
the
proof. Let's see the proof.
Okay. There's this scene right here. Now,
Uh-huh.
what does CT Jason do for a
Uh-huh.
living?
Pay attention, guys.
Some
Pay
chillin'.
attention.
You just chill.
All right, now, guys.
This is CT Jason's hater channel, is what it is. He's
All
got CT Jason. He loves Home Arcade, and then Mr. Home Arcade hates Home Arcade.
Yeah, he hates Home Arcade.
He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, I got a bad review."
All right, show the arm. We got to find the arm.
All right. He's got scars on his hand for all the HVAC work. Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
The
see?
iArcadians
Mikey knows.
are just playing along.
Oh,
They're playing
there's-
along.
Go back and show the scar again. And pause
It's
it
right
for
there.
everybody.
It's coming. It's coming.
We got to get to the bottom of this.
It's
mystery.
filmed with the cell phone.
This guy's
It's got the
crazy.
same graphic effects. He's
What?
got the
I
same
never
artwork
used that.
style.
I've never used that transition.
Yeah, that's right. You wanted to mix it up just a little bit.
Private Eye Justin consequence.
You know what?
I can't find it. I
all
can't
over
find it.
it.
Sorry, man.
I need the live chat to help me out, guys.
It
Is
doesn't
We gotta do a
live
vote.
chat, is CT Jason Mr. Home Arcade? Please vote in the
What's
live
the
chat. Let us
vote?
know what you think. Let us
The
know.
vote's gonna be crazy.
Come on. Come on.
Glass Baby says if the glove don't fit,
You must
Brandon
quit.
says
You
we
must
didn't see
quit.
the scar.
Damn.
I think Mr. Home Arcade is CT Jason.
Yeah.
And I
There's
think this
no
is all a
way.
ruse. This is all a ruse.
No, I'm sorry. I wish I had a basement with walls and a nice floor like
Okay.
that.
I want you to send me a picture of you in your basement with a newspaper with today's date on it.
They don't make newspapers.
Who the hell's got a newspaper?
I don't look at newspapers.
All right, take a
I'm
picture
not home.
of your own phone that shows the date on it, and in the background, I don't think you can do it unless you still have both houses and you actually own 60 cabinets.
I'll show you as soon as I get home.
Mikey
So,
J says he's Mr. Home Arcade.
So you're telling me, Justin, you're not putting it past him that CT Jason bought a whole nother house to hide his arcades, possibly
Oh,
from his spouse.
That's right.
So you're
And
saying
the
you got
idea-
all-
Now,
Yes.
I said this to CT Jason. I'll buy that there's another person and that CT Jason is doing all of the content. It's like he's doing the editing, he's doing the voiceover for Mr.
I
Home
guess I'm a
Arcade.
pretty nice guy then, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
You're like
No,
splitting.
you're making some money, CT. You're getting
All right.
paid. Come on now.
on CT Jason's channel, the basement has unfinished walls.
Yes.
Yes.
There is a
But,
difference in the basement.
But on Mr. Home Arcade's channel, the walls are finished, but it's the exact same machines set up in almost
No!
the exact same positions.
How would you know, CT Jason? How would you know that they're not the same machines? Okay, share
I
the
just
screen
watched
again.
the same video you did.
Oh, no.
I know just as much as
Okay.
you.
All right, here we go. This
All
is
right,
this
so
is-
this is CT Jason with
Yeah,
a
That's my
scar.
hair.
All right, here we
there.
go. Smoking gun time, guys.
And there's a scar right there.
What
Hey,
the-
This
I
is
guess
Mr.
that
Home
guy
Arcade.
Had
Wait,
some
hold on.
type of accident. I don't know.
So you're
That's
saying there's a
See?
scar? Okay.
Scar,
There's a scar.
scar.
Scar. Same scar on both hands.
Same scar on both hands,
no.
same spot.
That's kind of blurry. I can't tell.
My
Mhm.
wife was killed by a man with a scar on his hand.
Your
Eat your
glove
heart out.
don't fit. You must have quit. I'm sorry, Justin. Nice try.
Oh, look at this. Jay, consider this. All finished walls were once unfinished.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
veil is lifted.
Wait, Mikey J says CT Jason doesn't have Blitz, but Mr. Home Arcade has Blitz.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right. Because the Blitz is all messed up, so you didn't want to show it on the CT Jason channel.
I go, you know what? I got a review. Let me drop a review. I got to finish it up. On my
right.
channel, I got the 12-in-1 party cave. No, projector cave. I'm going to do a review on that. How about that?
Hey, CT Jason, the poll in the live chat, 60% of voters say you are Mr. Home Arcade and you are
What?
shit.
They're delusional.
Shit.
No,
Y'all convinced them otherwise. That's terrible.
proof positive.
Y'all
Look at it.
convinced them.
Hold on. I'll share my
When
screen
in doubt,
again.
we ask the one man of reason on this panel, Detroit Love. Is CT
Tell him.
Jason Mr. Home Arcade?
I've talked to CT Jason before, and
And?
CT Jason is not.
That's
Mr.
right.
Home Arcade.
Thank you, sir. Case closed.
Case
Goodbye.
closed.
Oh my god.
It's
Ain't no
time
way.
to cancel Mr. Home Arcade because if he's not CT Jason, then he's He's stealing his style in every way.
Well, there you go, guys. If Detroit Love says he's not Mr. Home Arcade, I got to ride and die with Detroit Love. Carl says CT Jason is not Mr. Home Arcade.
I don't think that'd hold up in court.
Hopefully we can solve the mystery next
Close
week.
enough.
We'll get the gang together and hop in the van. All right. We got to get out of here, guys. It's been 2 hours. Thanks so much for supporting us. And do us a favor, give us a thumbs up on the way out. Leave your comments, feedback, reactions below. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure you subscribe to all these guys if you like content about home arcades. And we'll talk to you guys later. Wait, Carl, do it. It's all you, baby. They want to hear it. They want to hear it. Say it. Say it. Until next time. Come on, Carl.
And Wednesday just got live.
No. The ending. The ending, not the intro. The ending.
What's that? I don't know. what that
Mr.
is.
Home Arcade is in the chat. Great show.
Uh-huh.
Right. Mhm.
And until next time, we'll see you on the stream.
He just logged into Mr. Home Arcade to start commenting about CT Jason.
Yeah, isn't that funny? They weren't in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what? CT Jason is Mr. Home Arcade, and we will prove it next time.